Yesterday, Sunday, in the fellowship, I talked about this good teacher, a teacher of the truth. And this teacher one day took the class out because the teacher wanted to teach them a lesson. He wanted them to see something that most people are not aware of, and in many cases don't even care to know about. And so the teacher of the truth, the good teacher, said, "Okay, class, I'm going to take you out today, and I want you to pay attention, learn from everything, learn from everything, pay attention, and I want you to see what's going on." And so he took them out, and they went by a newspaper stand, and at the newspaper stand, there were people reading magazines and reading newspaper and reading books and sitting around, standing around reading. And one of the students asked, "Good teacher, what's in this lesson?" All we were doing is looking at people reading magazines and newspapers and books and things. And the teacher said, "Hold on, you'll see it. Stay with it." And so they went down to the supermarket. Lots of people in the market buying food and doing this and picking out things. And teacher, what's in this? I don't see anything. Pay attention. And then, last but not least, they went to a basketball game and a football game and a soccer game. And all the people having so much fun, yelling and screaming and just having fun. And the people paid $600 or $1,000 for the tickets to get into the games. Some paid even more than that, it all depending on where their seating were. But they paid buku money to get into the games. And the students asked again, and so they looked around, they saw thousands and thousands of people there, laughing, hollering, running around, just eating hot dogs and having just such a good time. Some people were drinking beer because some of the events they sell beer. Good teacher, what is the lesson? And then one more, they went down further and they went past a farm. And at this farm, the owner of the farm was planting seeds inside the ground, underground. He was planting the seeds. And the student asked, "Good teacher, what's the lesson? And the good teacher said, most human beings plant their seeds on one another. They depend on each other. They go to the newspaper stand and read books and magazines because they don't want to feel the pain of loneliness. They don't want to feel loneliness, so they escape by using books, reading magazines and books. So they're using the magazines as the magazine company is using them. So they're planting their seeds in that. They're planting their props and propping it up on each other. Human beings use each other's so they can be used, so they can use, so they can be used. And then they said, well, what about the football games and everything? At the market, same thing. Human beings don't plant their seeds on solid ground. They plant their seeds on a false self of using one another and being used. And they think that's life. And so the farmer, he gave up all that and he planted his seeds in solid ground. And so the good teacher asked, what is your prop? What is your life propped on, built on? If it was to fall apart, what is it in your life that if you lose, or who, if you lose or don't have, you will fall apart? Your prop will come tumbling down. Who or what? What are you afraid to lose right now? Or who are you afraid to lose right now? I know countless of cases where married people, husband and wives, are afraid of losing one another. They live in that fear because their lives, they feel that if you leave me, I'll fall apart. If you don't treat me right, I'll fall apart. Their props are built on that. And so they are afraid of losing. There are men who will not correct their wives because they're afraid of losing her. She might get mad, they say. Your life is not built on solid ground. And your prop will fall apart. What's in your life that you're unwilling to let go of right now? You're living in fear of losing it. Money, places, or things, or people. What is it and who is it that you're afraid of losing? Are you afraid that if you didn't go to that football game, paid all that money to go to that football game, basketball game, that you have to experience being alone and you don't want to do that? Or if you don't read that magazine, you'll be lonely? Or turn on your TV, you'll be lonely? Why not have a life of nothingness? Why not live that way? Why you gotta have something or someone to keep your false life propped up? You're falling apart anyway because it takes a lot of work and money and time and pain to hold on to your prop. Suffering. You're suffering anyway because you're suffering that with the fear of losing it. And then when you look like you're going to lose, you suffer even more so. Why are you refusing to give nothing a try? While you were celebrating and enjoying your country, other people decided they wanted to enjoy it in a different way. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't, in their mind, the thrills were good. They were loving the thrill of doing it. If these stories are true, if they're true, they got thrills from doing this in the same way you got a thrill from listening to the president, the flyovers, and the everything. Chicago, this is what they were doing in Chicago on the 4th of July. According to this report, CBS Chicago and Gemini, a chaotic mass shooting occurred in a Chicago neighborhood during the early hours of July 5th. Watch this from CBS Chicago.
Neighbors tell me this block was filled with hundreds of people last night. It is a cul-de-sac. They tell me police were already here trying to clear the crowds before gunshots rang out.
I wouldn't even say this was a block party.
Okay.
This was a takeover.
Etta Johnson captured this video from her window. It shows what Maple Avenue near Garfield Park looked like on the night of July 4th.
Chaos, obstruction of living.
Johnson says a lot of the people she saw seemed underage. This video, captured by another neighbor, shows what appears to be teenagers in the crowd. One person holding what appears to be a shotgun with an orange tip. That usually signifies it's a toy or replica, not a real lethal weapon. Neighbors also capturing police trying to clear the street around 1 a.m.
The police were totally outnumbered. They were outnumbered last night.
We have a female shot.
By 1:25 in the morning, a 17-year-old girl was in critical condition after being shot in the chest on Maple Avenue, according to Chicago police. Less than 10 minutes later, they say 6 more people between 17 and 20 years old were also shot on Maple. They were all taken to hospitals in good condition.
Sad. Very sad.
We're told at one point, police began telling people to either leave or get arrested. One neighbor captured this video showing officers placing someone into custody.
My husband and my neighbor, we moved our cars because they were destroying cars over here.
Amazing. Chi-Town, local residents are calling on city leaders to intervene and provide support to ensure neighborhood safety before the end of the summer. Watch this.
And if you didn't have a locked gate, they would come and sit on your porch.
3 separate neighbors told us people on this block are known to promote gatherings like this on social media.
They were here Juneteenth with the same mentality. Normally it's in August. They have some party for someone on the block. The last 3 years, we have been bombarded with this chaos.
Connie Mitchell has lived on Hamlin Boulevard for 30 years. Her doorbell camera capturing people crowded in front of her home.
If it's only getting worse, who's helping the residents who are pouring their heart and souls into this neighborhood?
She's a part of the Garfield Park Advisory Council and says she's been pushing for change in this area for years.
These kids, how can they work all night? You can give them jobs during the day. Where are they going to be at night?
The alderman and the mayor and the commander. We need help. We need serious help over here.
These people are so crazy. They're lying. Because if they really want to help, they would not be voted for the people that's not going to give them help. They vote in the same people every time. Remember they got rid of that female, black female mayor, I forgot her name, and then they put in this black male. He's worse than the black female they got rid of Lightfoot. As long as they're voting on color or just because they're Democrat, this is what they're going to get. And then they complain. They love complaining. And they know these people in government don't care about them at all, zero. But they vote in the same people. And then they say they want help. Amazing, huh? This will continue because there's no love in this world. The government want this to be happening. They want you divided. They want you angry. They want you upset. They keep voting them in because the government know that you're going to keep voting them in. Look what they did in Los Angeles. They had a chance to get rid of Karen Bass, who is the same type of so-called mayor, and they voted her back in. They voted to keep her in. That's why you're complaining is just a thrill. You're using Karen Bass and Brendan Johnson, and they're using you. You're getting what you deserve. They voted in Karen Bass. They had a chance to get rid of her, and they kept her. And as a result, the same shooting and arrests were made in L.A. too. According to the ABC 7, police in Newport Beach say they arrested 402 people during the 4th of July celebration. Watch this from NBC News, NBC LA.
Yeah, Kathy, and about half of those 400 arrests that were made last night were for people who were refusing to leave this area after officers declared an unlawful assembly. Take a listen. Video captured the chaos that unfolded on the Balboa Peninsula in Newport Beach during the 4th of July. You can see hundreds of people gathering inside the pavilion's parking lot, setting off fireworks, throwing watermelons and water bottles at the crowd and the police officers. One officer was struck with a mortar. He was treated and is expected to be okay. Multiple fights also broke out between the crowds of people and the police, and many people were also standing in the roadways blocking traffic, forcing police to close down several streets. City officials say social media posts drew large crowds of juveniles and young adults to Newport Beach late last night, and they engaged in dangerous and unlawful behavior. Police were seen in riot gear ordering people to leave after declaring an unlawful assembly. About 350 Newport Beach police officers, as well as 17 nearby law enforcement agencies, responded last night. The Newport Beach Fire Department responded to about 100 emergency incidents yesterday, including 10 fires, and they transported 44 people to local hospitals, including 6 trauma patients.
It was insane, mass quantities of kids of all ages. We don't know if they were teenagers. We couldn't tell if they were high schoolers. There was a lot of underage kids, a lot.
Like I said, they were low-level explosives, and they should be up in the air, but it was pretty chaotic, insane.
Amazing. And Newport Beach used to be beautiful. White people town, amazing. And just think about it, these are human beings. Newport Beach, can you imagine? In a nice little conservative area. But Satan told them to go down there and screw that up too. Down there in Orange County, California. Isn't that amazing? Hell is everywhere. And if you think that's bad, and it is, and no one's going to be surprised that it even happened in Compton, California. Law enforcement are investigating two separate shootings in Compton that killed a total of 3 people. NBC LA is reporting this.
LA County Sheriff deputies in Compton are looking for the person who shot someone in a neighborhood last night. This was a fatality as well. This was a scene on Grandee Avenue just after midnight. You can see a large group outside with first responders amidst a 4th of July gathering. Still no word on a description of a shooter. After an hour, or we should say an hour earlier, deputies were called to a shooting at a large party in Compton. The agency says 2 people were shot on West Laurel Street at around 11:30. This is near a Metro Transit station. Authorities say a woman died at the scene. A man was taken to the hospital as well, where he died. No word on a shooter for this investigation. Right now, police do not think that these 2 shootings are connected.
Amazing. Tell me this is not hell on earth inside of human beings. You're afraid to go to hell, you're already in hell. Anyone who has anger / resentment, emotional, are living in hell. You got to go through hell to enter into heaven within. These are human beings. The world is a jungle, and it's dangerous. And it's getting worse. You got to be crazy to go to Compton anyway for a party on the 4th of July. What the? You're looking for trouble. One other quick example of the world gone crazy, talking about the celebration of, and happy White History Month, by the way. July is White History Month. I want to hear your white history hero. While you were out or at home watching the fireworks, especially the beautiful display that was put on by the Great White Hope, Donald Trump, in Washington, D.C., other people were celebrated by, according to this report, shooting one another and destroying. Amazing, huh? All for the thrill of it. It's a spiritual battle, a warfare between good and evil. Live now from Fox says that at least 8 people were shot, including 4 children, on July 4th. What's this?
And it was all peaceful. There were hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people peacefully celebrating America's 250th birthday. And so what happened last night, about 10:30 last night in Coney Island, there was a barbecue that was going on in this courtyard of this apartment complex area. And then just a masked gunman, according to NYPD. Keep in mind, we were kind of on the tail end of a big heat wave yesterday going in last night. This man is dressed all in black. She said that the gunman had a face mask on and just goes into this barbecue and just randomly starts shooting at people. There were 4 adults that were hit. One of the adults, a woman, a 21-year-old woman, she's in very critical condition. There were 4 children who were hit. One was 6, one was 7, one was 12, one was 14 years old. That suspect is still at large, also in Brooklyn, in a different neighborhood in the Crown Heights section of Brooklyn. And these officers were sitting in an unmarked car. They were part of a detail that was sent out to certain hot spots. They were sitting in the car when they observed what they say was an 18-year-old individual. Here's the gun that they found on the suspect. This individual, they saw the gun. The officers exited, one of them a detective. They exited the vehicle. They tried to engage. And then he's 18 years old, the suspect. He started firing at them. One officer was hit in the back. Thankfully, it was where his bulletproof vest was. Another had what they're calling contusions to the face, but he was taken into custody.
Amazing. I heard that officer that was, they say was shot in the back, he was about to retire. Remember when you could go out into the world and have fun? The world ain't safe no more. We have all these illegal aliens here now. Integration doesn't work. Segregation does. And they integrated in the United States, and look what we got. Look what we have. So that guy in the back being told, a veteran New York NYPD detective, just 10 days shot. And he was 10 days short of retirement. He was shot in the back in Brooklyn, New York. That's according to the New York Post. And last but not least for now, according to remarks, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says Generation Z and those younger than me have been raised with a silver spoon in their mouth. She said, according to this report, send them to Cuba, send them to Iran. This is from Fox News.
To come here right now.
Some of these kids, and I call them kids because they're in their 20s, and they've never had real jobs, and they're complaining things are expensive. Yes, things are expensive when you don't have a real job.
That's right.
Do you think that's getting traction, complaining?
Unfortunately, I do, because this generation, my generation, I hate to say it, Gen Z and those younger than me have been raised with just silver spoons in their mouth, just getting everything handed to them. That's not the values this country was built on. It was built on meritocracy and hard work, pulling up your sleeves, pulling yourself up from your bootstraps, and achieving the American dream. And we need to protect it with all we got.
Is it laziness?
A little bit.
Is it because the professor said the country's corrupt, it's evil, and we just need to shake them down and hand money out?
It's laziness, and it's the liberal indoctrination.
All right, I say, if they misbehave, just make all these young kids join the army, right? Shape them up. I almost had to.
Or send them to Cuba. So they'll want to come back real quick.
That's a good point. They can say hi to the gay Ayatollah.
Amazing. Is that true? Generation Z have been raised and were raised with silver spoons in their mouths? With a silver spoon in their mouth? Is that true or not? I really want to know. What do y'all think about that? My producer, Derek, said no. I noticed that Generation Z and the generation before that, they're like socialists. They definitely want free stuff. And not all, but they definitely want free stuff. Is Caroline right about that? They were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. So Spencer Pratt did an Independence Day message, presented an Independence Day message. And for those who don't know who Spencer Pratt, he ran to be nominated for mayor of Los Angeles. And somehow or another, he's no longer in the game. He was the only really outspoken, really seemed to care about Los Angeles. And he went up against Karen Bass and that other Indian female and really just dealt with them. But then, because it takes forever to count the ballots here, for whatever reason, all of a sudden he was out of the game. He was winning the game, it appears. And then all of a sudden, the Indian woman that should not be running for government anyway in our country, she had more votes than him, out of wherever it came from. But he gave, and his home, I believe, was burned down during the fire in L.A., while Karen Bass was in Africa somewhere, according to the report. Amazing, huh? Well, he gave this is from Grok. Spencer Pratt posted a 5.5 minute video on July 4th, 2026. And it says, God bless America. Here is the first soundbite from X.
We all had to sit and watch that vile commie mayor sit on the wrong side of our founding fathers' desk to try and lecture us about our own history. Notice how the communist always attacks your history. The communist must attack your history. Why? Because history is what anchors you. It's what makes us attached to something. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. History breeds an almost irrational attachment to things, an attachment that is more powerful than anyone can imagine. Erasing history is how you demoralize people, how you unmoor them and detach them from their society so you can take it from them and rewrite it in your image. Think of your country like a home. What makes your home special? It's not the marble countertops or the expensive furniture or the fancy appliances. It's the memories you have there. That backyard is where we got married. That living room rug is where our son took his first step. Hey, don't touch that. That was his first teddy bear. It doesn't matter how torn and tattered that thing is. You will never get rid of it. And you will fight anyone who tries to take it away. Why? Because you have history with it.
Amazing. When I heard that, it reminded me that is so true. Because when I was growing up, Black Americans, for the most part, were independent people. They worked hard. They weren't blaming the white man or racism and all that mess. They were not relying on the government to take care of them or feeling that they can't make it in America. They own businesses. Family member was strong. Less than 10% of children were born out of wedlock in the Black community at one time. And they own businesses. They worked. They taught the children to work. And then the communist people came along, the so-called civil rights movement came along, and they erased history. And they did it in such a way that Black people don't even believe, most young Black people don't believe at one time that Black people were independent, free, they weren't into the racism thing at all. They were doing their own thing. And they were succeeding, whatever you think succeeding in life. It was erased to the point that, and then they made up lies about America. They made up lies and wrote lies and talked about lies and put the Blacks on government. And they don't even, this generation, especially this generation, and before too, don't even know that America were different. Black Americans were different people at one time. That they were not violent and killing one another and other people. They don't even know that because they erased history. They took it away. And now it seems as though America is a bad place and will always just nothing but bad, and white people are just bad people. They erase history. Just remind me of that. And that is so true. And that's what the socialist, communist people are doing now. They're erasing history.
Now, the teen and friends reportedly took a boat trip to the barrier island for the 4th of July holiday. He was last seen on Saturday at about 3 p.m. After he vanished, his family and friends making an emotional plea for help, flooding social media with pictures of the outing showing Wells and a group of friends on a boat. The 18-year-old seen holding what appears to be a hard or alcohol seltzer in his hand. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department, the Cajun Navy, and many volunteers spending much of the weekend searching for Wells. It remains unclear what exactly happened to him. Authorities say they are still working to figure out what exactly went wrong here as his community now grieves.
This sounds like a bad movie or something. It sounds like a movie. What the? And here's an image of the Mississippi teen and his friends. One Black guy, 3 white friends. That's not good. No, I'm playing. I'm just joking. Amazing. Those are friends. Black people we don't normally go boating, right? We don't know how to be on a boat. We end up falling off. I don't know what happened there, though.
When I was in high school, the best runner in our class, in our grade, in a competing school, he drowned at like a summer camp thing. His boat capsized or something.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Amazing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he fell off the boat or what's going on, but it's amazing. And the incident has sparked a heated conversation regarding race. This is from HYPE Plus, Hype or HYPE
Oh,
Plus?
Hype. I would say Hype.
Plus. Okay.
Now, as mentioned, it is unclear as to what took place at the time, but many black users will take to social media and express their reaction and speculation to the news.
My mama always told me, if you the only birthday candle at the birthday party, you not there for the birthday party, you there to be depressing. Huh? Nolan Wells and this whole entire thing down there in Mississippi look fishy. One of the boys' mama is a judge down there. Don't nobody know what happened.
We have to stop putting our kids in these sporting events, in these schools, in these environments where they are the anomaly. We have to stop doing it. Okay, you want your child to have the best education, the best experiences, the best everything. Yes, but they also need to be around their own culture.
Black people have got to stop hanging out with groups of white people. You just can't trust white people anymore. Obviously. It happens time and time and time again.
And I'm sorry, but the whole, well, I thought he got on another boat. I didn't realize he was missing. Yeah, that's not sitting right with me, because what you mean you let your friend just get on a random ass fucking boat and everybody's in the comments like, oh, well, we boat hop. This is normal. Nobody thought to go with him.
Yeah, he was taken out by those white boys. Because who the else would have done it? Like,
so let me get this right. Nolan Wells, an 18-year-old kid, goes missing at Horn Lake. And all y'all want to talk about is how, oh man, you're the black kid, don't go out with nothing but whites. Y'all somehow turn this incident into a racism controversy yet again.
Amazing. How do they know what happened? How they having a conversation about it? They don't even know what happened at all. Preston is out of South Carolina. Preston, you are on the air.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey,
it's an
Preston.
honor. And I just want to say I love America and the great white hope.
Amazing. And how do you know you love America?
Because I retired out of the military, out of the Army. I've been to 9 different countries in the Army. I fought in Operation Iraqi Freedom. I've seen how all these other countries are, and it doesn't compare. I'm a business owner. I'm married, got children. And even in these other countries, like back in 2006 when I deployed overseas, even like Germany and stuff, it was like a police state. And we don't have that here. A lot of people think we do, but we don't.
Amazing.
And the freedoms that we have now, you will never see in any other country.
Amazing.
And I had a little bit of hesitation, but if you experienced other countries, you would kiss the ground that you walk on today. You really would. And Jesse,
let me just say, I appreciate you responding to the biblical question, and I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday. Go ahead.
I can't wait to hear that.
All right.
I got to ask you. You told me this is the second time I called. Last time you told me I have to go and forgive my father or my dad. And you see, he lives in a different state, but I do say out loud, I tell God, did I forgive him? Does that count?
Did you can't FaceTime with him or anything?
I can't FaceTime. He's kind of older. He doesn't really do that. I can call him.
Can you call him?
I can't get him on the phone. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I'll call him on the phone or have that conversation with him. Why haven't you done that already since we spoke last stop?
Well, see, I do the silent prayer multiple times a day, as many times as I can. And I try to do it up to an hour. And, sometimes, and I've really learned to stay in the present moment, even outside of the silent prayer. So it's like any thoughts that come into me about the past or the future, I cast them down immediately. I just stay in the present. And that's really been able to teach me how to see the wickedness in other people and how they react to what's going on. It's like people love to live in the past or the future, and they act out and get so angry. And I've learned I've dropped my anger completely.
But why haven't you called your father already and forgave him?
I was wanting to do it in person. I do go up and see him once a year. I was wanting to do it in person. But I was wanting to ask you this too, because do I have to have his reaction, or could I just tell God I forgive him? Do I need to have his reaction?
God said, if you hold anything against anyone, go to them and forgive them, and then I will forgive you when you forgive them. Don't ask for forgiveness, but forgive them. Now, if your parents were dead or something, it's a different story. Or if you just simply can't get to them by phone or any kind of way, they don't want to talk to you or anything, then that's different too. But why is it that you don't want to call him at least? You appear not to want to.
Man, it's not that I don't want to. It actually is kind of like I don't want to. Man, I don't know. There's something in me that is kind of, because hearing his reaction, I know my dad. He was a high school baseball coach. He was like the Bobby Knight of high school baseball coach. He's gets angry. He's mad. He's like you know what I mean? He's very loud, very aggressive kind of.
How old is he now?
He's 65, I think.
Okay.
I believe 65.
All right. And why you don't want to call him?
It's just because I've been afraid of him my whole life, the way he raised me. He was such a strict parent. But I also felt like I have forgiven him by telling God I have. But I was wanting to ask you that. That's why I'm glad I got through today. If I do need to face him. Because if I do need to face him, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to face him.
But why? So you're afraid to face him because of the way he raised you?
Yeah, he was very strict. I know what the outcome's going to be. I know how he's going to act. He's got a bit of a short fuse. He has a lot of ego, big time.
But how do you know what's going to happen before it happens?
I don't know what's going to happen, but
you said you do know what's going to. Why'd you say you know what's going to happen? Well, you don't know what's going to happen.
Judging by past experience.
But how do you know
who he is?
Just because something happened yesterday, that doesn't mean it's going to happen today.
You're right. But yeah, you're right. I know, and I'm going to face him now. I was wanting to.
But the reality, it sounds like the real reason you don't want to face him is because you're afraid of him.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly right.
And is there love and fear?
No, there isn't.
How will you overcome fear if you don't face it?
Oh, man, that is so good, man. That is great.
No, that was a question.
You're right. I won't be able to unless I face it.
And so why are you running from something that you need to face and forgive?
I'm not going to. I don't know. I guess I was looking for an excuse, but you know what? I'm going to face it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it today.
And then who is looking for the excuse not to forgive?
Me. I am.
And who are you?
I learned that I think I'm nothing but a spirit occupying this body.
But why do you call that you?
I call it me because I've learned to cast down.
But you said that you are afraid. You said you are afraid. If you are afraid and then you haven't done it because you're afraid, how are you casting down all imagination?
Because when it comes to me, I'll throw it out of my mind. I'll bring myself back to the present moment.
I know, but when you realize you need to go and forgive your father, the devil told you, oh, you know how he is. Remember how he raised you. He's going to be mad. He's going to yell. And so you better just tell God you forgive, but don't go to your father. Why you didn't cast those thoughts down?
I did, every time.
But you haven't gone to your father.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. But that's right. Because I was wanting to ask you.
And so why do you think that you've cast down those thoughts and not gone to your father? If you cast those thoughts down, you would have already gone to your father. What do you mean? How are you casting down thoughts? What do you mean by that?
I bring myself back to the present moment. When them thoughts come, I let it go.
By doing what? How do you let them go?
All thoughts are all lies. I tell myself all thoughts are all lies.
Okay, but don't identify with them. Don't do anything but be aware of them, but don't call them you.
Okay.
But do you see that You have not cast down the thought about faith in your father. You have fear. You believe that. You haven't gone to him. You're trying to do it without having to face him.
Yes, right. So since I have fear, that means I haven't dropped. That means I really haven't. Okay, I got you now. I get it, man. That means I still have fear. That means I'm not all love from God. I haven't really fully returned back to my Heavenly Father because I still have that fear.
And you believe the fear is real.
That is unbelievable. I'm going to do that today.
And however he reacts, that's on him. It has nothing to do with you. That's happening inside of him. His reaction is in him, and you're not responsible for it. No one is responsible for it but him. And it's real cold in the studio. But
okay.
So, but the fear is, don't worry about his reaction. You still forgive him, and then your courage will come back. You will overcome fear by facing him and not judging him.
Okay. I'm going to do that today. And I thank you so much, man. That's really what I needed. And you're right. I didn't see that. I didn't realize that.
Did you forgive your mother?
No, I haven't. I haven't done that yet either.
What the? How you doing
Because,
all
man,
this casting down there, and you still afraid of everybody?
But I didn't realize I still had that fear until you just made me realize that.
Why
because
have
I
you
tell God?
Go ahead.
Because I tell God that I forgive my father, my dad, and my mother, and then I do the silent prayer every day.
But you lying to God. Or
Okay, I
what
did
you
not
think
realize.
of God? You telling God you forgive your parents. He told you to go and forgive them. You have not done that. And you're telling God, in your mind, you're telling God you forgive your parents without doing what he told you to do to forgive. You lying to God.
I did not realize that. God, I am sorry. And I'm going to fix that today.
Don't you see you're lying to God? You have
I
not
do now.
forgiven. You have not forgiven them.
I didn't realize I still had that fear in me until you just made me realize that, and you're absolutely right.
Why haven't
And I'm
you
gonna do that
forgiven your
today.
mother?
Because for the same reason, I thought me telling God it dropped. I thought, me saying, "Hey God, I forgive my mother, my dad for how they raised me, for how they did not lead me back to you. I forgive them."
No,
And
that's
then
not forgiving,
do it.
buddy. Forgiving is when you realize you have hatred in your heart. You're angry, resentful, and emotional. That's the proof you have anger, and you judge. And you realize you're wrong for judging, for being angry. And then you go forgive. That's what forgiveness is.
Okay. But see, I thought I dropped all that. Like, I don't.
If you
I don't know,
dropped
man.
it, Preston, why haven't you gone and forgiven your parents then? Why did you even think you are forgiven? You're afraid of them. Why haven't you forgiven your mother?
Because, like, I thought I had dropped it all.
Why haven't you gone to her?
For the same reason, fear, and that I did not realize I had. And now I realize I haven't fully returned to God. Because I was wanting to ask you about the silent prayer. I feel like sometimes in the silent prayer I can really get to some deep places, but sometimes I feel like I'm just staring at the light. You know what I mean? And I guess that's because I haven't went and forgave, actually.
And when you're doing the silent prayer, you're not trying to get to anywhere. You just want to relax and be aware of the thoughts and let the light handle it. You're not trying to get anywhere. You're not trying. The whole reason you want to do the silent prayer is to let go, be aware, and be helpless to the fear by not trying to, to the thoughts, by not trying to change them, but to just see them. And the light that allows you to see them would also cause you to overcome them. Can you hold for a minute, Preston?
Yes, sir, I will.
All right, I'm going to get to all of your calls. 888-77-JESSE. A quick break. Back in a moment. I want to go back to Preston, out of South Carolina. Preston. So, hey, Preston.
Hey, I got a question. If I go and forgive my mother, will I be able to not hate being around my wife all the time? Because I hate it.
You hate being around your wife?
Yes, I hate it.
Why?
Because she's very emotional. She cries a lot. She fights with her mother a lot and then brings it back home. And I've learned to let go of everything. I try to teach it to her, but she won't do it.
You can't teach it to someone. They have to want it, and their father would show it. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, we come from two totally different backgrounds. She comes from like a hardcore Catholic matriarch family. Her mother ran everything, and now she thinks she has to run everything.
Why did you marry her?
Because we had a baby together, and, I thought it was the right thing to do.
Oh, what a mess.
Hell. Yeah.
How long
I
you
stay
been
to myself
married?
most of the time. I've been with her for 8 years, only been married for 3.
Oh. And so you try to avoid her now as much as possible?
As much as possible, yeah. I stay to myself or with my daughter. It's hell. It's like, even if we're not fighting, there's something in me that repels myself away from her. Like we haven't slept in the same bed in almost 2 years. We sleep in 2 different rooms.
Amazing. Does she know you hate her?
She knows.
You told her?
Yes.
But
I don't tell her I hate her. I tell her I hate her presence. And it's like I feel something in me whenever I'm around her, man. It's not good.
Yeah. All right.
Because she's angry. She's an angry person.
Yeah. But here's let me finish this thing about the silent prayer first, and then I want to come to that. Number one is that when you do the silent prayer, you just relax, close your eyes, relax, and just become aware of the thoughts right there, right in front of your eyes. And be aware of the thoughts. If you get a bunch of them, just be aware. Just watch them. Do nothing about it. Don't try to get deep into anything. Don't put any effort into it. You want to completely let go and let the light fight your battle for you. If you get no thoughts, just be aware of no thoughts. Or if you get 1 or 2, just be aware, but do nothing about them. And during the day, same thing. When you're out and about, be present. If you're caught up in your thoughts, just become aware of where you are and what you're doing, all right? You want to completely let go.
Okay.
You don't want to try to make anything happen, because of ourselves we can do nothing. We literally know nothing or can do nothing. You just want to relax and wait on the Father, and He will do it for you.
Will the silent prayer, does it work if I haven't forgiven my mother and my father yet? Mother and my dad yet?
Well, I don't know what you mean by work, but it does. If you let go, you will see what's going on inside of your mind, in your thoughts, and seeing it would change it. And so just relax and don't put any effort into it.
Okay, yes, sir, I will.
And then number 2 is you're married to your mother. Your father had the same problem with your mother as you're having with your wife. You married your mama. All men marry what they hate.
Yep.
And all women marry who they hate. They hate their weak fathers and things like that. And so go and forgive your mother not because I said it, because you need to see for yourself that you do have this anger, this fear, and you need to forgive so that God can forgive you. And then everything would change in the way that you deal with your wife, meaning that it doesn't mean you got to go back and sleep with her and all that stuff, but you won't resent her because you see clearly that the same spirit that's been driving you is driving her. She is not in control of herself as you are not in control of yourself. None of us are in control of ourselves at all. But the devil lied to us to make us think that we are, and we're not. So your wife cannot help herself because she hates her mother. She hates her father. She has no love.
Yeah.
And so you won't judge her. And there's nothing wrong with you sleeping in a separate room and so that you can work on yourself to overcome this. But you stop judging your wife. You will understand. You won't put up with the crap. You won't let her dump all her mess on you. It's just that you won't resent her anymore because you will have understanding.
Man, that is brilliant. And I had a little bit of fear calling in today. There's something about like waiting on hold, knowing I'm about to talk to you is like I had that nervous feeling.
And when that happens about anything, just be aware of it. Don't run from it. Don't try to deny it. Don't run from it. Don't cover it up. Just be aware, and you will see what's going on. But it's the light of God that is allowing you to see that. And if you just relax in it and don't blame anything or anyone on the outside for the way you're feeling, you're gonna see that it's not you. It is evil. It is the devil, his little demons, and the Father will take care of it. He will take it away from you if you let him fight your battle for you. And you let him fight it for you by not doing anything about it. Don't blame anyone. Just watch it.
Okay. Man, thank you so much.
Make up your mind. I'm finally going to stop using anything or anyone to get away from this. I'm going to just watch and see what happens.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
But you got to
Thank you so much, Jess.
face your parents.
I'm going to do that today, both of them.
And again,
then I'm going to call you back in a week or two.
Okay. And again, however they react, whether they blame you or they blame each other or they blame somebody else, don't get mad at them. Let them react the way they want to. That's happening inside of them and not you. It's on them. Let people live the way they want to live, but just don't judge them.
Yes, sir, I will. I will. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. It's an honor.
Well, you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Absolutely, I will. Thank you, Jesse. I'll call back soon.
All right, buddy. I wish you well, Preston.
All right. Thank you. You too.
All right.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye.
888-77 Jesse. Let me go to Lucas out of Los Angeles. Lucas, you are on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how are you doing?
All is well, sir. How are you? Happy White History Month.
Yes, happy White History Month.
Amazing, huh?
Yep, it is amazing. I've been telling everybody, for sure.
Let me ask, I know you called about something else, but let me ask, do you love America?
Yes. Yeah.
And how do you know?
How do I know I love America? Because I don't, even though I know, there's people probably walking around that aren't citizens, but I believe, I always just see and I look at everybody like, whether they say they don't or not, because they know not what they do, that they love America, they're in America. Whether they know they don't love America or not, I can tell that.
How do you know you love America?
I know I love America because I love the people, everyone that I see, and I feel I know that it's gonna work. I know that we're all working together. At least, maybe it's just my neighborhood. Maybe it's just my neighborhood. I don't know.
Amazing. Hold on for me, Lucas. I know you called about something else. Let me take a break. Let me go back to Lucas out of Los Angeles. Lucas, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hey, Jesse. I just want to give you a couple quick stories in the past month because I went to some watch parties for the World Cup. So watch party because I saw I rewatched your show yesterday and saw that you were talking about, what was going on with the World Cup after Mexico lost and everything. And so I was there at the one with Mexico and Korea. I went to a watch party in LA, a place, and they have they take over like a park, not take over, but they rent out it's all legal and everything. They have like food trucks, and that first one, Mexico and Korea. So I wore my MAGA hat and a Korea, like a pro Korea shirt, and the Mexican fans were already off the rails, and I got stuff thrown at me. But the Korean fans were like really like helping me out. They were defending me.
Wow! So you went to the party, and then you
it
wore
was like
your,
in a park. It was like in a park. Yeah.
and you went to the Mexican side.
No, it was all mixed up. It was
Oh.
Koreans and Mexico. Yeah, this was like 4 weeks ago, maybe, or 3.
And they threw
But
things at you?
Yeah, because of my MAGA hat. And I was even telling them, like, you're not even watching the game. You guys don't care about Mexico. You guys aren't even watching the game. And but the Koreans were defending me though, and like protecting me. And one of the cops, I told the cops, I'm like, people are following me, and they're like, well, I mean, the hat. The cop literally said, well, the hat. I'm like, okay, well, they're following me. I was like, they're following me, but like, if you can have my back. Yeah, it was crazy. But the funniest thing though is that I just walked in, and there was no checking of IDs or anything, and there was people with coolers with just alcohol and beer and stuff. So I feel like there's a bunch of kids there. And if you see what happened, well, that night, somebody got shot, and then people got beat up that night. That was weeks ago. But then recently...
And where was this?
This was in L.A. I would
Okay.
say around like Whittier area, Whittier Boulevard.
Oh yeah, I
But,
saw that on the local news too, and we played it.
it's been happening. So that's where they kind of hang out, and then another thing happened recently with the Mexico fans. That's why I'm just glad that Mexico lost and they're out of the World Cup, because otherwise it wouldn't stop. It won't stop because they don't mess around. So I went to this one spot after we went to a bar this time, but then we went. My friend was like, "Oh, they're having a gathering." As in gathering, they were doing like skirts around like they took over like a whole intersection, and the cops were like just looking at it. And they were shooting off fireworks. And then every truck that came by, there was a bunch of young Mexican kids. It was young Mexican kids just shaking the car, shaking the truck and stuff.
Wow.
And it was havoc, you know, and but the cops weren't doing anything. And then finally, I went over there to see like what's going on over there. And then I told them, like, yo, don't like stop, like, because it was like it was like an expensive Humvee, like, and then these kids came up to me like cuss, like who are you, and like you should just leave, and like and cussing me out, and like I was like, all right, no, I will. I was like, I will leave, and I walked away, and then these kids are following me. There's like about like 15 kids. I know they're kids. They're like at least 14 years old.
Wow.
And they're following me. Yeah, and they're moving. They're shaking the car. So then then they moved to the 7-Eleven. So I guess the cops finally, more backup came, pushed them over like 2 blocks to a 7-Eleven. I go to the 7-Eleven. There's a guy knocked out, a black man, and but all the Mexican fans are going after this guy, but they're not even calling the cops. So I call the ambulance because this guy's knocked out, and I don't know what happened. But all I know is when I was calling, then all of a sudden they're like trying to get him. He's going in his car. He just backs out, boom, drives out, goes down the street. Finally, they catch him. But the moral of the story is, and then there's another time with Mexico and Ecuador as well. But what I'm trying to say is that these fans are out of control right now, and it's young kids is what's going on in LA. It's a lot of young kids.
Yeah.
And I know it's summer too. I'm pretty sure school hasn't started as well. And there's a big problem right now with kids running around in these streets to where like I don't even want to go out like anymore.
Yeah.
Like to do that. So I stopped doing it. I didn't even go out with USA yesterday or whatever. I just thought it was fun, like going out. I save money that way too because I don't want to spend $8 on a beer, so I just get one beer and just stay there for 4 hours. So but
they we played a soundbite where they went down to Orange County. I forgot the beach that they went to. Which one, Nick? From yesterday? Newport Beach.
Yeah, Compton. Newport. Yes.
Yeah, they did the same thing down there. They I guess they on some kind of way on their phone, everybody notify each other. They all show up and just start a bunch of mess.
But
When
if you
went
record, they'll attack you. That's why, like I like usually I do record, but especially me, a blonde hair, blue eyed, guy, and people were staring at me too because I was. It's almost like they thought I was snitching, but this guy was like bleeding, knocked out, and I called.
Somebody
the cops,
had knocked him out.
Yeah, this one guy, knocked him out. He was just bleeding out, and he looked like, he could have been a Hispanic, dark Hispanic. I don't know, but he looked black. But I think that and he looked homeless though as well, and it was just terror on the streets, but it was mostly kids too. And the goal that these kids have too, I can't do anything. I can't get.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do with 5 kids, 5 13-year-olds? Like, how do you defend yourself against that? Because I'm definitely going to go to jail. They're kids.
Did you?
And they're
you went
controlling
to
the street.
You went to the event by yourself?
No, I went with 2 of my friends, Mexican too. They're Mexican. As well. And
why did you go and put yourself in danger like that, knowing how they're going to act? Why did you do it?
Well, because I was close. I was close with my friends, but then I did go out. This was recently. Whenever I went to see the kids, because I wanted to. I know. I wanted to talk to at least one of the people there, maybe an adult or something like.
But why did you
shaking the cars?
Why did you put yourself in the midst of trouble like that, knowing that, first of all, you're going to be hated because you're white, and you're going amongst a bunch of out-of-control non-white kids for the most part? Why did you put yourself in that type of situation?
Because I was like 30 feet away from 3 cops. But honestly, that wasn't even good enough. I don't even think those cops would have helped me.
But
I just wanted to ask them a question. I didn't record it either, so I just literally wanted to ask them, like, why are you doing?
But why did you want to go down there and take that kind of risk on your life? Is it just for the thrill of it?
It wasn't. It was just a personal. I just wanted to see what's going on.
But you already see what's going on the media. You
I know,
see
but I want to know
the
why.
violence, and you see what they do, and you're white, and you're young. I don't know why you're not telling me why you put yourself in those situations.
Well, I saw it, and I wanted to tell one of the kids, at least one, that why I wanted to get through to one of them.
Why?
Maybe make them all stop.
Why?
I know what. I don't know what, because I was there and I was waiting for my friend whenever he was ready to leave. When he's ready.
Lucas.
Yes.
Calm down. Why? You're not white person, but you look white, right?
I know. I look exactly. I'm Spanish, Mexican, and Cuban. That's the thing.
But you don't even look that way, though. But
I know. I look straight white. Yeah.
But because of time, why would you intentionally put your life at risk like that?
Exactly. I know.
No, that was a question.
I know. Dang it! I knew that was coming. Because I feel like I'm immune to danger. I feel like this might sound crazy, but I feel like that's not gonna be the thing that's gonna end me or whatever. Me going over there and talking to someone.
No, you didn't. That's why you wore the Trump hat over there. You knew it'd be trouble.
No. This was the last time. I didn't do the Trump hat. This is the last.
Why did you do the Trump hat?
England.
Why did you do the Trump hat and you said that they start chasing you and throwing things at you there, knowing that would happen?
That was. Oh, you're talking. Okay, yeah.
Lucas.
That's why I did that. Is because I wanted.
Lucas.
Yes.
Calm down. Why would you put a Trump hat on, go to young people like that, knowing that they are not going to like you in the Trump hat, and bring that kind of attention to yourself? Why?
I thought because it was in Koreatown that it would be more Koreans.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I really did. It was Mexico versus Korea. I really thought there would be more Koreans in Koreatown.
But why wear the hat down there, though?
Because Korea actually supports MAGA, I believe. But I mean, I say MAGA, but the MAGA hat, Trump.
And because of time, why would you go into another crowd and put your life at risk?
Because I wanted to talk to those kids.
Why?
Those kids
Why?
they're shaped like. Gosh, I have no idea, and I'm gonna think about that one. I have no idea.
You have no
I'll
idea.
tell you this much: I learned my lesson. After that, luckily I didn't go the next day, and because 4 people got shot on Whittier Boulevard.
So you don't know why you went and put your own life at risk.
I felt like I wasn't in danger. I felt like I can't be in danger.
Why?
At least at that moment.
Why?
I felt like there was something. I mean, it was so simple. Walk across the street, talk to those kids.
Why do you want to talk to them? Why did you want to talk to them?
To stop all this stuff.
How are you going to stop it? Their own parents can't stop it. And the police can't stop it. What is it about you that think you can go over there and stop it?
Because I'm there at the moment, to be honest.
What is it about you that makes you think you can go into a crowd of rowdy young people like that and that you're going to stop something?
I'll tell you this much, you're right. I didn't stop it.
No, that was a question.
I know, yes. I didn't stop it. So.
Why did you think you could, though? You want to talk to them. You want to talk. What is it about you that makes you think that you can do that?
Nothing, to be honest. There's absolutely nothing that I could have done. And
I said, what is it about you that made you think that you would go and take that risk?
To be honest, I wanted to be seen doing it. But I didn't record anything. No one recorded me or anything. I wanted to be seen doing it in front of others, and hopefully, whatever. Maybe make an example of myself like an idiot. But yeah.
And they were trying to turn over a truck. You say you went and told them to stop.
I told them, "Why are you doing that? That's an expensive car. That's like over $50,000. Like."
And so you did it because you want to be seen.
But they told me, I think you should get out of here. And they got on me, and I said, all right.
Lucas,
I said, all right.
Lucas,
and I left right away.
Lucas.
I left right away. Yes.
You said you did it because you wanted to be seen?
I wanted to be seen as an example, like maybe other people should tell these kids to stop doing this on the street.
Why do you want to be seen as an example of doing that? Why?
To stop it. To stop everybody doing that.
You can't stop anyone from doing anything.
Well, I know that now. I know.
But why do you know that at first, though? It just doesn't make sense to me.
It happened earlier. I know it happened in the past, Jesse. That's why I'm telling you about it, because I want to understand why. I don't really know exactly why I would put myself. I know this much. I'm not going to do that again. I learned that much of a lesson. But I definitely, I was there. I was like, why not? Why not stop this? Because it's wrong.
So you listen to the devil in your head.
To be honest, I don't even think that. I just literally just
No, you listen to the devil. Oh, Lucas, you could look out there. You could go and do something, be a hero. You could stop them, and the world will see that you are standing up. Even the police didn't want to help you out there, you said.
Yeah, I know, and they were like 30 feet away from me. I know. That's why I also felt confident enough to talk to, and I would be safe because I could just run straight to the cops.
That's so insane, Lucas.
I know. But these are like, well, the main point of my story is that these kids, it's not even like, it doesn't even matter about color. It's just every kid from like 10 years old to like 16 are running around in the streets right now, doing who knows what.
Yeah, I see that happening. That's for sure. But I don't. It's just mind blowing that you would put your life at risk, dealing with rowdy, out of control kids that are drunk and high, and they just want a thrill. And you see them how they beat up other people out there, and you go in the midst of it. Amazing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it wasn't smart. I mean, I definitely got lucky. That's for sure. Because every time I left one of those watch parties, and then I find out on the news the next day exactly where I was at, or at least around that vicinity. Someone got shot, beat up, and yeah. No, I know, Jesse. I'll tell you this much. I did learn my lesson. I do know. But thank you. To be honest, like that's something to really ponder on. To why did I? You're right about that.
Amazing, man. Well,
amazing, Justin.
I wish you well, and for
Thank
your
you.
sake,
Thank you so much.
for your sake, I wouldn't be listening to the devil if I were you.
Yes,
because that's who made you go and do it. He told you to go do it. You could be this. You could stop them. Go talk to them. You can help them. You'll be seen as an important person, and you could be dead.
No, it's
amazing story, Lucas.
Amazing, yeah.
It's good to hear from you, though, and thank you for responding to the biblical question.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But hey, Mexico's out, so we don't have to trust. It's not no more rights stuff. I mean, Mexicans are still out there, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. You have a great day, great night, all y'all. Thank you, Jesse.
Lucas, you be careful, man. Watch what you do and where you go.
You're right.
And why you're doing it too.
Yes.
All
right, Jesse.
All right, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Amazing. I want to quickly show you something. The world is a jungle. Human beings are wicked. They're animals. And we all are that way until we return to the Father. Until you let go of the anger. Your heart is changed from hate to love, and it can be changed if you wanted to. When you can love your neighbor, when you can love your enemy, and love God first, you will know that your heart has changed. When you are not overreacting to anything or anyone for any reason, not even within yourself, you will know that you will have a life. You got to stop overreacting. Human beings are wicked, and they get thrills off reactions within themselves and to trying to make others do that way. React to them, and then they laugh, and then they go home and cry at night because a thrill is evil. It's a bad, mean, nasty world, meaning that human beings are bad, mean, and nasty. Look how they treat each other, look how they treat themselves. No love. God created you and put you here on this earth so he can bring love on the earth through you. But you have chosen hate and not love. When you have love, not emotional love, dispassionate love, not passionate love. Passionate love is evil. But when you have dispassionate love, you're in the kingdom right here on earth. Right here on earth. You're in the kingdom. Christ, how can I enter into the kingdom? They ask. Love God and love your neighbor as yourself. Love your enemy and you're in the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is already here inside of you, inside of every human being, but they turn away from that kingdom and they look outside for the answer. And they believe all kinds of lies. I want to just show you how the devil works in your mind and in the minds of other people to keep you in hell. New York Post. A viral photo shows the, as they say, chilling moment. A black woman is stuck on a DC train, surrounded by masked thugs from a white supremacy group. This is what they'll call all this. I will just read you the New York Post. A viral photo shows a chilling moment. A black woman is stuck on a DC train surrounded by masked thugs from a white supremacist group as they descended on the nation's capital on July 4. I want you to hear the story, and then I want you to hear the responses, some responses about this story. Hear what they say. But first, watch this from the Times of India. Watch this.
One photograph, one silent commuter, and dozens of masked white nationalists surrounding her inside a Washington metro train. Captured during America's 250th Independence Day celebrations, the image is now being called one of the defining photographs of the country's current moment. A single Reuters photograph taken inside a Washington, D.C. metro train has sparked a nationwide conversation about race, extremism, and the state of America. The image, captured by Reuters photographer Cheney Orr, shows a black woman seated quietly while surrounded by members of Patriot Front, a white nationalist group, as they traveled through the Capitol on July 4th. The woman in the photograph has not been publicly identified, and there is no indication she interacted with the group. The photograph was taken after hundreds of masked Patriot Front members marched through Washington during the United States' 250th Independence Day celebration.
Listen to the music too.
Dressed in matching khaki pants, blue shirts, white face coverings, and sunglasses, the group chanted slogans including "Reclaim America" before boarding the metro.
Amazing, huh? You heard this scary music, the hoodie, a white man in hood, I guess they were white, in hoods, and the poor little nappy-headed black girl sitting there. They're not even bother her, by the way. And they playing all this scary, the KKK is coming music. And they're going to string you up. See the game that's been played on you? And if you're not aware, you'll fall for it. Poor black girl. Look at her. She must be so scared. She's just so scared. I was just so scared. And apparently they didn't even say anything to her. But they played the music like she's sitting there trembling. And even the person that took the photo, I guess the Reuters photo, didn't get assaulted either. Nothing happened. But they played that music and used that voice to act like white people on the move. Watch out, blacks. So you saw that, and you paid attention, and you heard the music. I want you to hear two responses from it. I want you to see how the devil play you in your mind and inside of other people. He uses them to keep them in hell and try to bring you back in hell or keep you in hell by making you hate, by making you be afraid, accused, blame. This is the game that's been played on you, folks. Hell, earth is not heaven, and heaven is not earth, and man is not God. Now, you heard all the drama, right? Oh, and now you're like, oh, poor black girl. She's sitting there, look like she's is so afraid. She's trembling. Racism on the rise. They're coming for you. Here's what a female by the name of Sunny, I don't know what her last name is, Hostin? Sunny Hostin had, according to the report, here's what she had to say about that whole image you just saw that looked like these white boys going out to start a hanging thing. She said, according to this report, that for me was a defining image of a modern America for black Americans. Watch this from the View.
As a black woman, my lived experience in this country was embodied by a photograph that was taken in celebrating the 250th. Yeah. Unfortunately, in this country, people have different lived experiences. So while some may have a lived experience like this is the best country in the world, and while there's some stuff that goes on, you know, other things are okay, That, for me, was a defining image of modern America for Black Americans. Defining. That Patriot Front is a white nationalist organization founded in 2017 after the deadly Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. You know what they promote? An ultra-nationalist ideology that focuses on creating a white ethno-state in the United States with the ultimate goal of reshaping American society to align with their vision of racial and cultural homogeneity. As a Black woman, I'm sitting there in my country, and that's the type of fear I have to experience.
What an evil heifer, huh? When will you become an individual? When will you be free of evil inside of your mind and inside of others? When will you get to a point where you will have no concern at all about others and what they think and what they do? This heifer's sitting there on TV making money and promoting evil. Poor Black, that's just modern America for Black Americans. That's not true at all. But if you're angry, you'll believe it because they have changed history in America. And you think that's bad, and it is. I won't even remember now. Remember the first song about how they played that music? You see these white guys up there, look like they're about to just take you out because you're Black. They going somewhere to start a war. A racist war. That's the image they want you to see. You're being played, not only in your own self, but inside of others. You're being played by evil. And believe me, evil is real, and it dwells in human beings. A politician by the name of Adam Kissinger said the woman composure is a powerful symbol of resistance, a reticence against racism. Watch this from X.
Did you guys see this picture? What you're looking at is the group called Patriot Front. It is a white supremacist group that believes that anybody but white people are basically alien to this country, that only Americans can be white. It's filled with young men who wear masks like cowards. But what you're looking at here is a Black woman, and I believe this picture will end up being a picture that really is in the history books and defines kind of this time period. It's images like that one that are the most powerful images, more so than two people yelling at each other. It's one person seeming to refuse to be intimidated and to be moved. I think you will see this picture for a very long time, and we don't know who she is. As far as I know, as of now, she hasn't been identified or has chosen not to identify herself. But that is an example of how we as Americans persevere through a difficult moment. We simply exist. We fight where we can. We refuse to be intimidated. And at the end of the day, we will look back and see victory.
They're going to make her a hero. Isn't that amazing? They're going to use that like she is, what's the name of that Black woman that she was just tied on the bus?
Rosa
Parks. This is another Black Rosa Parks, a strong Black woman. I ain't going to the back of the bus today. Lord, I had a hard day at work cleaning those white people's house. I ain't going to the back of the bus today. They didn't tell you that it was a setup by the NAACP, according to the reports. It was all plot. It was all planned. And they were going to use another Black woman, but she got pregnant out of wedlock. And they knew the Blacks wasn't going to fall for no pregnant woman up there. And they found Rosa. Now they have themselves another Rosa. And you see how they show her sitting up there like she was just in fear to move, right? This is their Black hero. This is what they're going to use for until the November election is over. You heard what this guy, Adam, said about it? Powerful symbol. The music, and these white people in hood, and they going to the rally, 4th of July, and blah, blah, blah. You heard all that, right? Let me show you the real deal, according to this report. But you heard, if you didn't know the real deal about this woman, according to this report, you'll be believing that lie. You will be believing it because you're emotional too. You believe what the devil tells you in your mind, and you believe what the devil tell you through others because you can't see. It doesn't have to be that way. So you saw the poor, nappy-headed black girl sitting there, right? With their braids, like she's going into the first integrated white school. Remember they had a picture of a black girl down in Birmingham somewhere going into the first black school, and she had this braids sticking out. What a mess. Well, let me show you reality according to the story, according to the report from, this is from Right Angle News Network. Right Angle News Network. It's been revealed that the black woman Democrats put on a pedestal for bravely riding a train with Patriot Front members was engaged in indecent exposure on the train. Moments before the photo was taken, it has a lengthy arrest record. They're saying that this black woman that was sitting there so scared of the whites in the hoods has a criminal record, and she was engaged in indecent exposure on the train, according to this report. Watch this from X.
Liberal influencers spent the whole weekend circulating this photo and trying to paint this woman as a modern-day civil rights hero. But you want to know what your modern-day Rosa Parks was doing before these guys got on the bus? She was on the bus kneeling on the floor with her pants down and her butt hanging out the window. She's a homeless woman in the area, allegedly. So yeah, that's who liberals picked as their hero this weekend.
Amazing, huh? I hadn't seen that video until right now. And that lady is right about Rosa Parks. The Democrats, the liberals are trying to use that. And they use black people for personal gain. They don't care about the blacks. Isn't that amazing? And just think about all the emotions and the anger you felt when you were listening to the very first video. It was a setup. Just like Satan and his demons set you up in your mind, he used others to set you up too, because they are being set up by evil. We got to love one another, and this is not love. Amazing, huh? My question is, what seeds of dependency are you planting? What seeds of dependency are you planting? I notice that all human beings, except for those who are now starting to work on themselves, they are planting seeds of dependency. They're on the outside looking for approval. They give approval so they can get approval back. They go to I heard there were over 30,000, I think, I may be wrong, fans at this the last game they had, at least the one from yesterday. And the tickets were expensive. I'm like, wow, they're using the soccer ball and they're planting seeds of dependency, something to keep them away from themselves. What are you using that is causing you to depend on it or them and keeping you from overcoming you? Are you planting a seed into solid ground, or are you planting seeds of dependency? The world depends on somebody or something, and that's why you never go free. And then you hate the world, and when you hate the world, because you are the world, and you're not getting what you need from the world. So you hate them, you're mad. What a mess! What a mess has the life that they want. You may look at it and think of it as a bad life, and it might be, but they love the thrill of a bad life, so they have the life that they want. So you have no right to enforce the Bible, God, or religion, or anything on anyone else. God doesn't do it. And the reason you're doing it because you think you have it, and now you think you want it for other people. And because you're wanting it, you're going to get it by any means necessary if it means imposing. That's not love. That's not God. Leave people alone. Overcome the world, including your own family members. Stop trying to get control by imposing on others. Be independent, spread dependency, because you're trying to use them so they can use you, and you use them, and you pretend like you're trying to help them, but you're dependent on them as a way of life. You're controlling them, and they're controlling you. What a mess! First time caller, Shermane out of Wisconsin. Shermane out of Wisconsin. Shermane, you are on the air.
Hi, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, Shermane. Happy White History Month, by the way.
Yes, happy White History Month.
Thank you. Amazing.
Well, sir, I want to say that I love your show. I watch all the time your interviews, and I'm happy I finally got a chance to call in. And I just wanted to answer the question.
Do you love America? Yeah. Do you love America? How do you know?
Yes, I love America, and I know that because I keep God's commandments, and I also vote in the interest of making America great again.
Amazing. I want to respond, Shermane, but I got to wait until Sunday. But that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say you keep God's commandment, what are his commandments?
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not bear false witness. Oh, gosh.
And do you love your enemy?
Do I love my enemies?
Yes.
I try. I try. I know you're going to get me there. I try. But
so you're not keeping God's commandment then?
I try. But listen, I don't hate my enemies.
If you don't love them, you do hate them. There's only love or hate.
That's true. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jesse. I'm not perfect, right? I'm not perfect, but I do my best to avoid my enemies, and I do pray for my enemies, because when I pray for everyone. I will work on loving my enemies. I will work on it. But I want to be truthful.
Right.
I'm not quite there, and I'm trying to keep all of the commandments. I'm trying to keep them all. So I'll rephrase that.
But then the ones that you should have, because you don't have those others don't even matter. Because the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, and might, and love your neighbor, love your enemy. Why don't you drop your anger so you can love your enemy?
Drop my anger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Yes, sir.
No, that was a question.
Oh, why don't I drop my anger? I will work on. I don't know why. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why. I don't know, but I will work on it. I will work on it.
If you knew how to drop your anger, would you do it?
Of course I would.
Do you want to know?
Forgive my mother.
Yes. Why have you done that?
Oh my God. I knew this was going to happen, and that's why I'm just like, I knew that. I don't even know. Okay, I will work on that.
No, the question is, why have you done that?
Why haven't I? Because in my mind, I feel as if there's nothing to forgive. I mean, she hasn't done anything, so I don't know, what it is.
If she hasn't done anything, how did you become like her?
How did I become like her? Jesse, you know what? I should have known this was going to happen. That's why I'm just kicking myself right now. But I didn't want to lie, because what is one of the commandments? Thou shalt. I didn't want to lie to you.
And why are you
Okay.
kicking yourself right now?
Because I know the show well enough to know you were going to ask me that question. You're going to challenge that answer. I know you very well, so that's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay.
And so how did you become like her? You don't want to be like her, but you are like her. If you have no reason to forgive her, she did nothing wrong. How did you become like her?
How did I? Because she's my mom, and we mimic. Wait, ask the question.
How did you?
I'm like
how did you become like your mama?
Because she's my mother. Because she's my mother. Because she's my mother.
You're not supposed to be like your mama. God did not create you to be like your mama.
Right. I have my own path and journey I should be working on. I should not be like anyone. I should not mimic anyone. I should just I should be myself.
You should be you. And why haven't you gone and forgiven her? What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid.
Why have you done it then?
Well, I'll do it.
No,
I'll do it, Jesse.
That's not that's a question.
Because I never thought to do it. I never thought to do it. I never thought to forgive her. I never, Jesse, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I know you didn't run.
I totally understand what you mean when you say, I never thought to do that. Because I would not have known or thought for a second that I was resenting my mother and that was holding me away from God, keeping me away from God, until he allowed me to see that. He allowed me to see, because I asked, he allowed me to see that I had this anger, this resentment toward my mother, but I didn't know it. I thought, because I felt like I loved her, you know what I mean? I felt that emotional stuff, but I didn't know that emotional love was hate, because God is not an emotional God. And so only Satan is an emotional small God, small g. And so I didn't know I resented her, but when he allowed me to see it, I went and forgave her, and things changed for the good.
Right. Well, maybe it could be the trick of the enemy, because our first love is my first love is my dad, and then my mom is like my best friend, everything. My parents are my everything. So,
and that's the problem, because you love, you hate what you love. Your first love became your first enemy, your mother.
Well, my first love was my dad.
Did your mother turn you away from him?
No. My parents are still married. My parents have been married now for 35 years.
But did she turn you away from your father?
Did she turn? No, I wouldn't. I don't. No, she didn't. I don't. Wait a minute. Jesse.
What a mess!
What a mess! Oh my God!
How did
maybe she did in a way. Maybe she did.
When you would see that she was jealous of your relationship with your father, how did you deal with that?
How did I deal with it?
Yes.
I guess I didn't deal with it. I just stayed in my place. I stayed in my place. If it was something going on between them, I stayed in a child's place.
And what's a child's place?
not to disrespect my parents or interfere in what's going on with them.
But you would not have been disrespecting them by being honest with them. You were disrespecting them by not speaking up and being honest without being angry.
I just didn't feel, if they were having an argument, it wasn't my place to say who was right or wrong. I just have that respect for my parents.
But if you respected them, you will forgive them. You have fear of your parents. You don't want to hurt their feelings, or you don't know how they're going to react, and you try to avoid loving them by forgiving them. Let me ask, because of time,
sure.
Was your mother perfect?
No.
What was imperfect about her?
What was imperfect about her?
Those little things that would irritate you, or you wish you didn't do or say, or whatever. What was it? Those little things that get on your nerve. She try to control you, or you got to call her every day.
Yeah, I guess the calling and, my curfew time, stuff like that, just my curfew time.
How old are you now?
Not being able, I'm 25 now.
You still have curfew?
No,
okay.
Back then, I don't live with my parents now, but back then it would bother me. But right now, the constant calling, even when I tell her I'm busy, she'll still call me. But out of respect, I'll pick up the phone.
But you shouldn't pick up the phone. You tell her, don't call you so much. I'm busy. And if she continues to call you, don't pick up the phone.
Okay. And see, that's hard for me. That's really hard for me.
Why?
Why? Because that's
why?
my mom, and I'll feel guilty. That's my mom. And
why
and
would you feel guilty from stopping her from imposing her will on you? Why would you feel guilty? She doesn't care what she's doing to you.
True.
So why would you feel guilty?
Good question. Good question, Jesse.
Well,
Good question.
Hold on. Can you hold for a minute?
Sure.
Hold on. Smoke on that. And when I come back, I want to know, why would you feel guilty? 888-7753-773. Back in a moment. I want to go quickly back to Shermane, a first-time call out of Wisconsin. Shermane, your mother called you all day, all the time, and you don't want her calling all the time. Do you see that she's not respecting you as an adult?
I see it, but, we are taught to honor our mother and father. And to be honest with you, Jesse, most people who don't do that, they're not in the best situations right now.
Right.
Because it's almost, you have to honor your parents. So I'm not going to like everything they do, but the sacrifices that they've made for me, what's a phone call when I'm busy? What would it hurt to just answer? Even though I'm saying I'm busy, it's really no harm considering, they took care of me. She took care of me. My mom, stay-at-home mom, she made sure I had 3 meals a day, clean clothes. She used to come to the school, PTA, all that stuff. So it's just like, it's not that big of a deal if she does it.
But
it's
she
not
was
the end of
supposed
the
to
world.
take care of you. She made you. That's what parents do.
100%.
And it wasn't a favor.
Right.
She wasn't doing you a favor.
But I appreciate it.
But so what does it mean to honor your parents?
Respect them. Respect them.
And what is respect?
What is respect?
Yeah.
I guess honoring them.
And what is honoring?
Listening to them.
And
what is honoring?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God, Jesse. Oh, my God. I was ready, but I wasn't ready for this. Again, when you honor someone, you listen to them.
Even when you don't want to?
Yes, even
How
when
is
you don't
that
want
honoring?
to.
How is that honoring?
I respect them enough to listen to them even when I don't want to. I think that's
But God doesn't want you to do that.
God doesn't want.
Honoring thy parents means forgive them, don't resent them. They did the best they could do. Their parents screwed them up too. So your father and your mother done the best that they could do. They didn't have love. And so they did the best they could do. So you honor them by forgiving them. It doesn't mean you got to let your mother belt you all day long. You don't owe her a favor because they took care of you. They were supposed to take care of you. You didn't make an agreement with them before they made you. Y'all make me. I'm going to come down there and I'll take care of you.
True.
They were supposed to take care of you. Honor your parents means just don't resent them. Forgive them so that your days can be long. But you have not forgiven your parents, and so you're not showing honor to them.
Okay. I will forgive them. And the next time my mom calls, I'm not going to answer. And if I do answer, I'm going to say, look, I told you, I'm busy. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I hear you, Jesse. I hear you.
Yeah, forgive your parents so that God can forgive you. And then, because he's not going to forgive anyone until they forgive. He said, because an unforgiven person is a son or daughter of Satan, and they're judging themselves and others. They're playing God. They have no love. Even if they do go to church or not, the Bible or Quran or whatever thing they're into, if they have not forgiven, God cannot forgive you because you're a son or daughter of Satan. He said, go and forgive. Don't ask for forgiveness. Forgive, and I will forgive you. He'll change your heart from anger to love, because anger is the nature of the devil. And you will then love your enemy because you now love God, and his love will work through you to love everybody. You will never, ever, ever again resent anyone for any reason. You will never get angry at anyone for any reason because you will have understanding. You will have the mind of God.
Yes, sir.
But you got to forgive, Shermane.
Yes, sir.
Are you doing the silent prayer?
No, I'm not doing a silent prayer.
And why not?
Why not? Because I tend to, just read the Bible or say the 23rd Psalm before, bed or before I start my day. But no, sir, I'm not doing the silent prayer.
His instruction: be still and know God. How will he guide you if you don't be still and allow the truth to catch up with you? How will the light of God guide you in the world, in life, in the earth, if you don't be still and let him catch up with you?
True. That's true.
No, that was a question.
Oh, let's see. I'm sorry. It's like I'm on spot, but I'm not on spot because, like I said earlier, I should have seen all of this coming. You got to know him, right? You got to know him. You got to live the life.
But you can't know him until you start.
If I'm not right. If I don't start. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
If you don't forgive and then let go by being aware of those thoughts and emotions and not call them you, because that's the nature of the devil. It's not you. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions, whether good or so-called good or bad. And you're not your body. And so I would recommend you start doing it. And nothing wrong with the 23rd Psalm for sure. I'm not telling you not to do that. But be still so the light can catch up with you and destroy the darkness of your imagination. And he will give you a clear mind. And everything you do in life, you would do it with a clear mind. Everything. You would never have to even think about it. It'll be fine. But you gotta let go so the light can catch up with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I know you got to go. This was a pleasure again. I love the show. I think what you're doing is amazing.
Right on. You start working on yourself, and you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And when you go, if you and when you go and forgive your parent, don't worry about how they're going to react. However they react, that's on them. Don't react to their reaction. You forgive them, and God will forgive you. All right?
Yes, sir. I received. Thank you so much.
Hey, good to hear from
I'm
you.
so happy I got through. It's good. I got through. I'm so happy. Thank you so much again for taking the call. I really appreciate it.
All right. You stay with it, stay with it. Let me know how it goes.
God bless you. Thank you, Jesse.
You too. Amazing. Amazing. It is Black Essence too, right? This first hour. And some of the callers don't believe that, or at least they say they don't believe how that the black violence is as bad as it is. Well, there's another report out, and it proves that black people are the real so-called racists. I say evil because they resent their mothers and yearn for the father like every human being. But because they've been lied to and told that it's the white man's fault, it's racism, and so they're holding on to that anger of forgiving their parents by not forgiving them, and so they're cursed. Anyone who has anger, who has resentment, who are emotional is cursed. And everything you touch turns to dust. And so because they won't drop the anger they've been told is everything but what it is, the anger, the devil going to hurt somebody. If it can't hurt someone over there, it's going to hurt the nearest person to them. If it's the family member or the neighbors or somebody. Because evil has no love, right? Fat. This is from Fast Fact. According to the FBI data and CDC mortality record, listen to this. Maze, can you hear me? Maze, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And Tony from California, can you hear me? According to the FBI data and CDC mortality records, 90% of black male homicide victims across the United States were killed by black men. 90% of black male homicide victims across the United States were killed by black men. Not white men, not Mexican men, not Jewish men, not Japanese, Chinese, but by black men. 90% with over 22,000 killings since the start of 2024. 22,000 killings. 90% black males. 22,000 just since 2024. Satan is having a party time. And the black liars, they won't tell you they're just making that up because they want power. They're using you for themselves. They want you angry. They want you fighting. They want you killing themselves. Look at the mayor of Chicago. We can look further, but he doesn't want things to be fine. He doesn't even want the president, the great white hope, to come and end the violence, end the crime. They don't want you to be in control of your life. Then they can't control you when you are. As a matter, so it was 22,000 killings, over 22,000 killings since the start of 2024, with zero attributed to white supremacy. Zero. Not one white person did it, committed homicide to the blacks. 3 black women were charged in a free Karmelo assault in Texas, CBS 19. 3 women have been arrested in connection with an assault investigation stemming from an incident at a Longview, Texas nightclub in the early morning hours of 2021. A security guard A security guard at Whiskey J's, heard someone in the crowd say, the next white explicitly that hate can't say, the next white, whatever, come into that walk out, I'm going to hit her. Watch this from CBS 19.
This is the arrest document for 21-year-old Alana Munfree from Longview. She's one of 3 women accused by police of assaulting Sammy Howery after leaving Whiskey J's back in June 21st. You may recall this viral social media post at the center of the Longview police criminal investigation, where the victim posted photos and a video of what she looked like after the alleged attack. Sierra Ann Fuller from Longview and Dejaya Brown from Pittsburgh are also charged with assault in the case. The affidavit alleges several witnesses heard racially motivated comments about the assault tied back to the murder conviction of Carmelo Anthony in North Texas. The affidavit doesn't identify who made the statements. In the arrest affidavit, a security guard reportedly told officers he heard someone in the crowd saying in part, quote, "I'm going to hit her," and then later seeing a group of women assaulting the victim who he helped get away from the crowd. The affidavit also included 2 other witness accounts. One told police there were no prior issues in the bar between the victim and the suspects, while the other witness to the assault stated he heard a woman say, quote, "Any white girl can get it, and free Carmelo." He also explained he tried breaking up the fight and called police after the story went viral on the assault. Longview police held a press conference pleading with the public not to jump to conclusions or spread unverified information online.
We cannot allow outside voices, online agitators, and anyone else to stir up a pot of hate, confusion, and division in our community.
What do you say I said hate?
You said in the early morning hours of 2021, but it was early morning hours of June 21st.
Oh. Correction. Thank you, hate. You can rely on the white man. You may not rely on God, but you can rely on the white man. June 2021. June 21.
21st.
The 21st. What's the difference between 21 and 21st?
Well, when you stumble over your words and you say 2021, that's very confusing.
Oh, okay.
Because why would somebody be saying free Carmelo in 2021?
That's right. That's a good point. Thank you for the correction. What do you think about this situation, though?
Yeah, people are psycho. I was seeing people posting online, mainstream black people, posting these pictures of innocent white and Asian guys who had to kill people in self-defense, and then they compare that to Carmelo Anthony, pretending like Carmelo murdered in self-defense.
Talk about black fatigue.
Yeah, and they identify with these stories so bad, like the boating story that you covered where the guy allegedly drowned, and we don't know what happened.
Right, with the black guy down in Mississippi.
They automatically think race and foul play.
Yeah. Instead of saying, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there, so I don't know. The job is busy.
Indeed.
Black fatigue is out of control now. The blacks have got to drop their anger like everyone has to do. Quick break. Hate news is coming, not the fake news. I'll be back. My bad, Nick. I'll be back in a moment. 2 more hours to go. Talk about black fatigue. News 12 is reporting. Surveillance video shows a violent fight outside of a Bedford Park deli. And we told you about this story, where a 42-year-old man was chased and stabbed multiple. Oh, no, this is a different story. My bad. A 42-year-old man was stabbed multiple times. Witness says the attack started after someone shouted a racial slur. Watch this from News 12.
A group of people start fighting outside a deli on Via Avenue in Bedford Park. A witness says someone shouted a racial slur, which prompted 2 men to chase a 42-year-old man. When he fell, they stabbed him repeatedly in the leg and stomach.
It's just getting ridiculous now. Now all we want to do is shoot and kill and fight each other.
and we're a community. We don't need to do that.
Blood-stained tissues and a shirt mark where it happened, while police block off the area to search for clues. Minutes later, cops are carrying tactical gear as they go into the apartment building next door. After that, 2 men are walked out in handcuffs, and police confirm they have 2 people of interest in custody. From the surveillance video, it looks like the same guys. We spoke with a witness on scene who says she's not surprised that these 2 men were seen taken out in handcuffs, as they're always causing trouble in the neighborhood.
He's a troublemaker, those guys.
Both of them are troublemakers.
Both of them troublemakers.
Why do you say that?
Because it's not the first time.
They cause trouble in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And how does it make you feel seeing this unfold in the morning?
I cried.
You cried?
Yeah, I cried.
When she's crying, she's lying. What a mess. Let me show you one other video, then I get to some calls here. We mentioned this story before, not that first one. Just think about that first story where they says that the video shows violent fight outside of a Bedford Park deli where this guy was stabbed and killed, where he was stabbed multiple times because of and not necessarily killed, but he was stabbed. They say because he used a racial slur. Just think about this. Somebody, if this is true or not, let's say the man did use the nigger rah-rah word or whatever word. What is it about you that would make you so angry that you would attack over a word that your enemy is using against you? What is it about? It's not the person that used the word, but it's you being affected by a word. You know you're too connected to the earth. You're of the world. You're in it, of it, and about it. You're going to get that mad at someone if he did it, using a slur word, and you're going to attack and stab him, according to the report. Not necessarily killed him, but I stabbed him. I don't know if he did or not. Isn't that amazing? You got to be in the world, but not of the world. And you can, if you die from this illusion with your connection to the world. It's all ego. It's not even real. One last quick thing for now. We told you about this story. This is from Newsmax TV. This white guy, appeared to be white, was coming home one night from a bar after watching a game or something with some friends, and he was walking home, and according to the story, 2 black guys tried to take his cell phone. They attacked him, according to the story. And they tried to take his cell phone, and he fought, tried to get it back. They threw it under a car near his home, and they shot the white guy. 2 black guys, according to the story, shot this white guy. 2 black guys shot the white guy, and for a while they were on the run, and then the police caught one, and now they, according to Newsmax TV, 2 16-year-old suspects are now in custody following a month-long multi-state manhunt in the murder of a 22-year-old Penn State senior, Billy Smith, who was fatally shot in South Philadelphia after chasing the thieves who stole his cell phone. Watch it from Newsmax TV.
It's an update to a tragic story we first brought you in June. A Penn State senior, just months away from graduation, shot dead after chasing the thieves who stole his phone.
Yeah, over the 4th of July holiday, though, there was a major break in the case. The suspected shooters are now in custody. Both are just 16 years old.
Charlotte, not only are both suspects just 16 years old, but now we're learning that the mother and stepfather of one of the juveniles allegedly helped him flee the state to avoid arrest. The victim, Billy Schmidt, was 22 years old, only months away from his diploma when he was brutally murdered last month in South Philadelphia while walking home after watching the NBA Finals with his buddies. From there, the manhunt was on to bring in his killers. At the beginning of July, the U.S. Marshals put up a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrests of Kasim Smith and Azubair Outin Fleming. Within a day of that reward going up, the marshals tracked down one of the alleged shooters, Alton Fleming. Authorities say he was hiding out at a relative's house in Colorado Springs. And that 16-year-old's mother and stepfather are now under arrest too. The stepfather is right there on your screen, charged with hindering apprehension after allegedly helping their son get out of town, knowing that the police were after him. Kasim Smith, the other 16-year-old suspect and alleged triggerman, surrendered to the Philadelphia police after his accused accomplice was arrested out of state, bringing the month-long manhunt to a close.
Amazing, huh? White people just want to have a first-class life. That's all they want. They want beautiful, nice neighborhoods, very nice homes. They want to be able to travel, and when they travel, they want to ride first class on the airplane, on the train. They educate their children so they can continue this white lifestyle. That's all they want. They don't want some black person or black people hanging out to kill them, to rob them, to come into their neighborhood and destroy it. They want you to leave them alone, and they will leave you alone. This boy was about to, I believe, graduate, they say? 22-year-old Penn State senior. Yeah, Billy. Think about that. You spent all that money and time making sure your son get an education, and some black person waiting to rob him for a cell phone, and then, according to a report, kill him. Kill him. And all the white people just, they built America. They're just trying to continue to have an amazing life. What they call amazing. Working hard, going to quote unquote, kill him, educating their children. And they got to be concerned now, even more so, more than ever. There's some black people waiting out to kill them, rob them. Even if they don't kill them, in some cases, rob them. What's wrong with the blacks that they got to act? And not all blacks, not all. But why they got to be, what's wrong? They did this and did the same thing in South Africa to the whites. Even after the white people gave up the city, went out to the farmland, the blacks go out there and rob and kill and rape. Haitians reminded me of the Sikh family who helped their son, brother in the Henry Novak case. I don't remember the case. Do you know?
Yeah, the one in the UK where the Sikh guy with the turban used the religious knife to stab him.
And he was accused of stabbing him because the Sikh can carry knives around in the UK, but nobody else can carry a weapon.
Right, and that guy, his family, his own mother tried to help him hide the knife, and she was in trouble as well. And they were crying racial abuse.
What a mess!
And the cops didn't really care for Henry at that time.
I don't know any government in the white countries where the white government are now protecting white people in their own country. I'm being told that the grandmother said that the mother did what any mother would do. What the? If ever we needed you, Lord, we need you now. White people, I told you once, I told you twice, you're under genocide right now. You're under genocide. Are you just going to let it get worse or what? Let me go to John out of Michigan. John, you are on the air.
Great morning, Jesse.
Hey,
How
John.
are you?
All is well, John. Happy White History Month.
Happy White History Month. God
Thank you.
bless, my friend.
Right on.
So, I have a question. I keep hearing you say, forgive your mother, your father, and I really didn't think about that. I was really calling regarding why women they want to get married, but they don't want to be wives, and, stuff like that. Like, it's kind of tough dating because, they're just not, I don't know, I guess I look for modesty and, like the old times where women were actually women and not, combative and this extra stuff. That makes sense?
Right. And your question is what?
My question is, how, like, am I conflating anything about, like, mother and dating, or?
You are looking for that because you resent your mother. You're looking for another God, and when you get one, you're not going to be able to handle her because you have not forgiven your mother. You're not supposed. It's abnormal. It is purely and truly abnormal to want for anything, to look for anything. You are only supposed to love what's right with all your heart, soul, and might, and love your enemy, and everything will be added unto you. But I promise you, as long as you're looking for, are you on a speakerphone or something?
Yeah, is it breaking up? Let me take it.
John.
Okay, yeah.
What? As long.
My bad.
As long as you're looking for something, you're gonna always find the wrong thing, and you're gonna always make it, whether it's a person, place, or thing, you're gonna always make it your God.
Okay, but let me give you a little pushback on that.
Okay.
How do you say, like, I resent my mother, or I have issues with her, or any of that? How does that apply?
Have you forgiven her?
I mean, for what? I don't. I have a really good relationship with my parents, so.
Have you forgiven your mother?
I don't know what to forgive her for. I mean, that's my answer.
And so the question is, have you forgiven her?
I mean, yeah, I guess yes, but I haven't. We never talked about it, so I don't know what forgiving would need.
But then, if you don't know what forgiving it would be for, or whatever you're saying, why you say yes, you have forgiven her?
Well, I mean, there's no harm done on her part.
She did nothing wrong?
I don't. I mean, listen. The only thing is she does call a lot, but that's not a thing. That's not a big deal to me.
Why is she calling you a lot? You're a grown man on your own. Why is your mother calling you a lot? She's not your woman.
Because I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of four, so I'm the.
Are you an adult?
Absolutely.
And you're considered what?
I'm considered a man.
But why is your mama calling a grown man instead of calling her husband? She's calling you. Why is that?
She lives with her husband.
But why is she calling you every day then?
Well, I guess she feels comfortable talking to me, and maybe
why
she. Why? That's because I guess she can vent. I don't know. I don't really listen to it, to be honest with you. I get missed calls a lot because I work, so I just listen to it later. But she does call, so I don't.
What would happen if you told her to stop calling you all the time?
Well, she has dementia, early stage now, so I don't even know what if that would do anything.
What would happen if you told her to stop calling all the time?
She would call again. That's what she would do. Even if I told her to stop, she'd come back and do it again. So but that's not what I'm talking about, Jesse.
Your mother was perfect. She made no mistake with you while raising you.
No. So my brother, she was a little loose with him. Like she let him go to the zoo and all this stuff. But with me, because of her mistakes with him, I was like sheltered.
And was that good or bad that she did that?
Well, I guess it was bad, but
why do you say it was bad?
Well, if I was to be honest, I kind of missed out on the young, being young and going to the zoo and outside and all this type of stuff. Because every time I went outside, I got hurt.
And why haven't you gone? Why have you forgiven her for doing that to you? Because that was evil. That wasn't good.
Well, we're Chaldean, so she's it's different in the culture.
What's a Chaldean?
Chaldean, it's Aramaic, speaking Aramaic, so it's like the Middle Eastern, but Chaldean is heritage.
Is that a religion or something? What do you mean?
It's a cult. Yeah, religion is Catholic, but that's like a heritage.
And so you're taught not to forgive?
I don't think we're taught not to forgive. I just think
So then
that,
why haven't you forgiven your mother?
because those don't bother me. You know, those are years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
It's
so
still
those
with
don't
you.
really. They're with me because you're talking about it, but that's not that doesn't bother me. I don't think about it and say, "Oh, I didn't go to the zoo till I was 25."
Well,
I don't care about that. You know?
You're not thinking about the zoo, but you're being affected because she sheltered you like that, and it weakened you.
Okay, so then how do I overcome it? And then let's go back to the female part, if you don't mind.
By forgiving her, mother, you spoiled me, or you protected me, you smothered me, you stunted my life. I realize now you can help yourself. But don't do this, John, unless you see for yourself that you need to forgive. Do not do it just because I said it. But what I do, and then don't ask for forgiveness, but you forgive her, and God will forgive you, and you would deal with women perfectly, because you would not make them your God. You would not have any expectation from them at all, and you would treat them all the same. And you would not even look for one. You will only look for what is right. And if it's meant for you to have one, it'll be put into your life by the light, and it would be perfect. You won't even have to work at it, because you're not supposed to work on any relationship at all. And it will work naturally for you.
Okay, so let me ask something. On the previous call, one of the callers, you said, do you hate your enemy or something like that? And I don't know if it correlates with it, but I don't like my enemies. I don't like people I had confrontation with. So,
Right.
Can that play a factor?
100%, because
With anger?
Absolutely, because you hate your enemy, you hate God, and you're made evil.
No, I love God.
No, you don't. God said to love your enemy. You're not. How can you love God and hate your enemy?
No, I want them to be successful. I don't. If I see them, I get a lot of, I suppress it because I don't want to deal with that. But
How can you? You're not suppressing it. You're denying it, and it's keeping you in hell. How can you love God and hate your enemy?
Love God and hate your enemies. I look at it two different ways. I look at my enemies as they're like vipers and, snakes. But when I look at God, I look at him as the purity and love and peace. So I don't miss a Sunday of church. So I go every Sunday, but that's the way I look at it. Does that answer your question?
Right, but you don't even know God at all. You just know about him. You know what you read about him, but you don't know him, because if you knew him, you would love him first with all your heart, soul, and might, and you would love your enemy, because that doesn't mean you will hang out with them and all that kind of stuff, but you will understand why they're your enemy, and you wouldn't judge them.
And that's judging them?
Yes.
Even that I think about it, even though it only comes up once every 5 years when I see them.
It can come up once every 1,000 years. You're still judging them. And because you're judging them, Satan is your God, not the true God. The false God is your God.
So to know God, how do I go about that?
You have to see that you are angry and you're judging, and you got to go and forgive. And I promise you, it starts with your mother, and then forgive your father for not protecting you from your mother. God will forgive you, and he will change your heart. And you will, without your effort, because we don't have love to love anybody with. Love comes from above.
Well, okay, so you're saying your father, how does that apply? He was working 16-hour days. So how does that apply?
Because he didn't protect you from your mother. And he was working. He was doing what he was supposed to do, but he worked so much hours because he couldn't handle your mother either, so he stayed at work.
Oh, they would fight all the time. He didn't. They love each other, but
they don't love each other. Two devils got married, and they hate one another. That's why they marry. That's why they fight. Love.
So then, how are they still married at 47 years, Jesse?
In misery.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's a facade when they show what they show?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, interesting. I didn't know that. I thought, 47 years, they're always well, they seem to be happy.
They're not.
And,
They have 47 years of total misery, but they love their misery, so they call that love.
Wow, so that's interesting. That's what I always was looking at. I was looking at, they're 47 years. That's amazing. I would love that with someone, like with a woman. And, but yeah, I just, if you're saying it's misery, I didn't look at it like that. I really didn't. I'm like, they're married. Yeah, she calls me a lot, but, I didn't look at it that way.
That's why she's calling you, because she's put you in the place of her husband. She hates her husband. So she made you her husband. And just like your father, you're too weak to correct her because you don't have love.
And in order to get love, I gotta pray about it and forgive.
You gotta see that you don't have love. Your heart is angry, and anyone with anger is wicked. They don't have love. And you gotta see that it's wrong to be angry, to be judging, to play God. Go and forgive, then God will forgive you, and He will change your heart, and your whole life will change immediately.
Wow. And that takes time, right? That's going to take at least, a few years to get to that point, right?
Why would you ask that question? Why not have a wait and see?
Well, for one thing, they're older, and for another thing...
What takes time?
Takes time to overcome the anger.
No, it doesn't. It takes a minute when you admit that you are angry and forgive. Right away, the anger is gone.
Okay, so if you were going to say you're going to read your Bible, where would you tell me to start? Because I usually read the New Testament. Is that to know God, to forgive? Wouldn't it go to the Bible or no?
How about know yourself? Pay attention to what's going on inside of you. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything, the past, the future, or whatever. And you're not your thoughts and emotions. See what's going on in you, and the truth is in your heart. You can read the Bible if you like, but the truth is already inside of you. You're just not paying
I never
attention.
seen it like that. I just, I always look at it as if you're done wrong. And I love Trump. So when he said in one of the speeches, I don't like my enemies, I'm looking at him like, you're so right. I can't like my enemies either. It's like they did you so bad and petty. How are you going to like somebody like that? It's like, I want them to do well. I don't wish bad upon them.
You do. You don't want them to do well, and you do. That's why you hate them.
Really?
You have no love. You can't wish them well because you have no love.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know. My dad always tells me you got a big heart, but you also got a big mouth.
You just like your mama.
Really?
Yeah, you're every bit of your mama. You have become like what you hate. And then if you don't overcome this by forgiving, every woman you get involved with will be mama, and you'll find yourself staying at work all day and night trying to avoid her. And your kids will suffer.
Wow. And you can change at any time. I'm 39, so...
You can change right now if you admit you need to forgive and go and forgive. You can change right away. At the blinking of an eye.
If she has dementia, which is the early stage, how can you forget? How can she understand the forgiveness?
She doesn't need to understand. You need to understand that you are forgiving her, and God will forgive you. If she understands it, fine. If she doesn't, fine. That's on her.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't know I'm mad at her. I was like, what are you talking? Like, well, I've been hearing you for a long time, and I love, I have a lot of love for you. So I was like, you know what? I never understand when somebody calls you and they're like, you always tell them you're mad at your mom, you're mad at she's this and that. Yeah. And I'm like, I have a great relationship with her. How? That makes no sense to me. So that's why I was like, I got
go and forgive and let me know how it goes.
Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate you.
All right, buddy. So this guy, Graham Cracker. I mean, not Graham Cracker. Graham Platner. A graham cracker is a cookie, right? He was running for Senate over there somewhere. And they start to say that they accused him of things. And all of a sudden, the women came out of the woodwork 100 years later, give or take. And all of a sudden, they're accusing this man. And whether it's true or not, I don't care, and I don't know, and I don't care. That's not my concern. That's between Graham Cracker and those women. And then those Democrats who were supporting him, all of a sudden now that these women have said what they said about him, whether it's true or not, they're like, oh, you can't run. Like their lives are so perfect, they can run for office and be in office. The children of the lie love judging because it makes their sins in their own mind seem a little less. It's not as big as yours. You're a little better than them because you're judging and you're being judged. But they have decided that they don't want Graham Cracker, Graham Platner, and unfortunately, he think he need the world. He's resigning according to this report. Fox News is reporting a visible, emotional Graham Platner announced at the end of his Senate campaign after multiple sexual conduct allegations, including a rape accusation, torpedoed his bid.
We believe that for the movement to continue, it can't be me. For that reason, we are suspending campaign operations. This is incredibly difficult because I know that some will think it's an admission of guilt, and it most certainly is not. We're not doing it because of the allegations, we're doing it because of the structures that are being taken away from us by those in power. And I also feel an immense amount of responsibility to everyone who has worked so hard to get us to where we are.
Amazing. Why is it that the accusers always act like they were victim of a situation, as though they were just doing nothing? All this just happened without their participation at all. Have you noticed the accusers never tell you what they did? It's always one complete side of the story. They never say, well, I did do this. I wanted that. I wanted this, and I did that too. Why is it just always one side? And what's wrong with you that you even take sides? I neither agree or disagree with this situation. I have no idea. And I'm not even concerned. I don't even care about it. I don't even think about it, except it's time to report on it. We're on the radio here. Why do you care at all what happened with Graham and those females who are now coming out and saying whatever they're saying, and it was just all on him? Just think about that. Accusers never tell you the whole story. And there's always two sides to every story. Two devils competing with one another. But one of the devils that's accusing never tell you what they do. It was like they were just hanging around and these things just happened to them without their participation at all. Grown people. And you believe it. Hell, earth is not heaven, and man is not God. Why would you just believe it? Why not? You weren't there, you don't know, and nothing. Why not just leave it blank? Don't take anyone's side. What's wrong with that? Because human hearts are wicked. And then just think about this. And again, I don't know what happened. I'm not concerned about what happened, anything like that, but I'm trying to encourage you to live your own life, be in the world and not of the world. Why now, when this man is running for office, why now? Because somebody said it, why do you have to believe it? Just cause I said, don't mean I meant it. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years later. What's wrong with you? Why are your heart so wicked? You weren't there. They come out and say this, I don't know. And if you still want to vote for this man or not, vote for him. Don't be allowing something like that to stop you. You're not going to get anyone any better. The next person got problems too. That's because every human being must be born again. You got to overcome sin. There's not one. Why do you take sides? Why do you do that? When you do it to them, it's going to happen to you. Because you're judging. You're wrong. Whatever happened with Graham, Platner, and those females 10 years ago and all this stuff, that was on them. They were grown. And again, I don't know what happened, and I'm not concerned about that. One, I neither believe them or deny or not believe. It doesn't even bother me. I do know that man is hated on earth. He's hated because he is, even though he may have turned away from the Father and living in his imagination and serving the devil, he is the Son of God. And the Son of God is hated by the children of evil. It's not just because of physical things that happens. It's spiritual. And men, you are hated. Your mama hates you. Your sister, your aunties, your girlfriends, your female co-workers. Women hate men because Satan is the woman's God. Eve made that possible. So you have Eve to thank for that, not Adam, but Eve. And Adam made it possible by listening to Eve and the woman becoming his God. And this is what you have now. And women don't, until they wake up and start working on themselves, they see that they really do hate men. And it's not them, but it's the spirit of evil in the heart. They can't help it until they forgive their mothers for turning them away from their fathers, and God forgive them. Now they love all men in the right way. But men, you are hated not because you're male, not because you have or don't have, not because of your color, not because of anything but your relationship with God. You are sons of God. You just don't know it. And I don't understand why you don't speak out against this stuff. These women, when they do this, I don't know about this situation. I wasn't there, whatever. They're trying to destroy you. This is why you should never tell a woman your business, your personal life at all. She will use it against you. Ain't no way around it. And you will have to try to prove to her the rest of your life, which you should never try to prove anything to anyone for any reason. But you shouldn't be doing this, man. And forgive your mother, your mama, so you can get over the fear of women and you would deal with them perfectly. Women would take your children from you and your money and have a thrill from it. The court would tell the woman he has 50-50 to his children. And she would say, okay to the court, and then fight you on it when it's time to get your children. Women will even make you pay for babies, child support that's not even yours, not even your children, because evil is on the side of the woman. And the court system is supporting evil. When she's crying, she's lying. And talk to some of these women that have now forgiven their mothers. And they're overcoming that fallen state. They'll tell you. They didn't know. They just didn't know. They thought those thoughts and the emotions they had were theirs, that they were real. This is not a game. You are hated because of who you belong to. Even if you have turned away and you're living in your imagination, you're living in darkness, and you feel like a woman because you get angry like a woman, you judge like a woman, you become like your mama, you're still the son of God. You just left home. And you're living in the jungle of your imagination and emotions. And whomever the Democratic Party picked now to run for Senate, it's going to be the same. It ain't going to be no better. Things are not going to get better. But this is hell on earth. And human beings are evil. You don't know the depths of evil inside of human beings until you overcome it yourself. 888-77-JESSE. I'll be right back. Again, that guy Platner, he's resigning from his run. And whatever happened with he and those females was between them and them alone. I am not concerned about that at all. And if you have any concern about the government, you want someone to run your government that gonna put your country first, put you first, the American citizen first. And so forth. Trump is the only one that's done that and is doing that. And Trump seemed not to be caring of or thinking about what y'all or anyone else think about him. I love that. I love it. That's what we need. You got to be in the world and of the world. You have to overcome sin, meaning your heart has to change from hate to love. Love God with all your heart, soul, and might, and love your neighbor. Love your enemies. You can't hate your enemies because your true enemy is not on the outside of you, it's on the inside of you. Your thoughts and your imagination are just yours. They're happening in you. Trump on Platner rape allegations. A lot of people say big falsehood. That's according to Ground News. Y'all don't know. Trump said it's big false allegation. A lot of people said big falsehood. He said it on Wednesday on Air Force One, minute before Platner suspended his campaign. Well, y'all don't know? Whether it's true or not, I don't know, and I'm not concerned. But to allow women to accuse men of stuff like that, there's not one man on the planet that should either be agreeing with it or against it. Because you don't know that women have been given permission to destroy men. And you have been told, don't fight back and believe every woman. They're telling you to believe every devil. Believe the devil. Just because the devil said it, you got to believe it. No, you don't. And when you support these females in doing this kind of stuff, you're supporting your own destruction. I can't tell you the number of men over the years that I've counseled and are counseling with where they have been accused of. I don't know a man almost don't even know one who has not been accused of this kind of stuff. And y'all believe it just because someone said it. It ain't your business, first of all. But I would not go along with this stuff if I were you. Do what you want. You don't have to be for or against it. You don't have to make a choice in this. That between the people, the accuser and accusee. Why you got to jump on it? Your heart is wicked. That's why. 888-7753-773. Let me give you, I want you to look at the devil. Look this devil in the face and tell me what you see. All right? Just look at it. Don't judge it. Don't be for or against it. But just watch this person and tell me what you see. This so-called black actress, Jenifer Lewis, make a similar video about complaining about white people, whatever that means. This is from Crump. And again, I want you to leave some space between this video, this female, and you, and tell me what you see, really. And just avoid what the thoughts are telling you about it, and just watch it. This is how you discover the truth, is when you stand apart from the lie, all right? One of the reasons I still support the Great White Hope is because I realized when he first ran for president, he announced that he was running. I'm like, okay, this man seems to be legitimate. I'm going to leave a space between the president and me, and I'm just going to observe him. I'm not going to make him my God. I'm not going to be for or against. I'm going to watch. And so if he does or say things that I disagree with, nothing will change. And lo and behold, that's what happened. I don't agree with the president. He hired all these women in leadership role. But he's still doing an amazing job. I don't know why he's doing it. Maybe he's doing it for the votes or whatever. I don't know. But it's still working. He's doing an amazing job. And those females who does not do a good job, they gone. He let them go. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. But nothing changed. I'm not turning If you know the human being will turn on you just like that. Like they're better than you. Like they have nothing wrong. But I want you to watch this video without judgment. Meaning don't listen to what the thoughts are telling you. It's from Grok. In a black and white video clip, so-called actress Jenifer Lewis became emotional while claiming white people are killing black children. But you're not going to see her making I haven't seen it. A video saying, we gave you the reports of something like 90% of homicides have been done by black people. We read that to you yesterday. Gave that to you yesterday. Where's Jennifer's video about that? White people have nothing to do with it. So watch this without judgment. So according to FBI data and CDC mortality record, 90% of black male homicide victims across the United States were killed by black men. Over 22,000 killings since the start of 2024, with zero attributed to white supremacy. Zero, according to this report. Isn't that amazing? Where's the video, Jenifer? You don't love those black children that are being killed by other black people? Where's the video, Jenifer? Where's your love for them? Why do you only love them when white people have been accused of doing something? Where's your love for the black 22,000 killing just since 2024? Watch this from as Jenifer post reads. My sincere condolence. I'm gonna do it like she's doing it. With this big nappy fro. Not a mirror fro, it's a dry afro. My sincere condolence to all the families around the world who have lost their children to so much hatred. She acts like she's so hurt over this Mississippi boy that they can't find right now. They say he was the only black boy with some white boys. They can't find him. And Jenifer just, my condolences out to all the families around the world. Where's that same condolence to black families who have lost their family members to other black people? Where's that stupid look? And then she goes, hashtag Nolan Wells. Hashtag stop killing our children. Hashtag vote Gov. But no hashtag, no hashtags for, what? What are you saying, Derek? Oh, thank you. Derek talked to me about his hashtag vote Gov. Y'all remember we told you this, gave you a story about a Penn State student who, according to a report, walking home from a bar late at night, trying to, get home, and two black guys tried to take his phone. He tried to get his phone back. They killed him. Where is the vote hashtag for William Billy Smith? That was from ABC. He was 22 years old. But watch this just watch it. And I want to know what y'all think about this. This is from X. This is, I'm going to be quiet, let y'all hear it. This is, I'm going to be quiet, let y'all hear it.
Stop killing our children, son of a bitch. We don't care if you think you're rich. We love our children and the color of their skin, and we're getting tired of being called as the next of kin. You twisted monsters are going too far. Don't you know your own children will suffer if you keep magnifying this civil war?
But none of that drama for the 22,000 killings since the start of 2024 by other black men, black people toward black people. Where's that kind of drama? I can see her now because she's a black female. I can see her after that, making that video, and they turned the camera off and everything. Oh, how did I do, child? That was good. Oh, baby, did I do it right? Did I look serious? What did you think about that, child? I was good, huh? Oh, ka. That was just drama. An actor on a stage. And the whole world is a stage. And everybody playing a part. The curtain goes up and the action starts. It's all drama. Somebody needs a close friend that knows this female need to ask her, why do you make a video about like that for the black on black killing? Why, Jenifer? Why are you so upset, or pretending to be, over one boy down in Mississippi that you think, because we don't know yet, was killed by white boys? How are they killing our children? 888, what a mess, huh? Earth is not heaven, and man is not God. Human beings are evil. They have no love at all. Zero. Christ will ask, how can I enter into the kingdom of heaven? He didn't say believe in the cross, that I died on the cross and marooned in the blood. He didn't say it was in the blood. It was quite simple. He said, follow me. Pick up your little ego and follow me. Love the Father, God, with all your heart, soul, and might, and love your enemy. That's all it takes to enter into the kingdom. There's not one person on the planet who believes in the blood and in the cross that have entered into the kingdom. They have no peace, they're still miserable, and they still cry at night. They're still emotional. Thank you. We showed you a video of that female pretending to be mad about whatever happened with the black guy down in Mississippi, Jenifer Lewis. We showed you that, right? Well, and some of you, if you don't know, according to the report, there's one black guy who has 3 white friends. At least 3 of them went to, and they all 4 of them went on a boat. And when they returned back from the boat ride, the black boy wasn't with them. And so right now, I don't know if they have found the black boy or what's going on, but all hell is breaking loose. The same hell doesn't break loose when black boys and black girls come up missing, either gunshots or whatever, by black people. They only get upset when they think a white person has done something to a black person. And so guess who is involved now, according to the report? No, not Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson died or something? Yeah, he did. I think Jesse Jackson did. Yep. He died, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, not Al Sharpton. Guess who it is? You're close. I hear you. Some of you right on it. You got it right. Ben Crump. You know it's a mess. Ben Crump is involved, according to this report. ABC is reporting that the family of Nolan Wells has retained Ben Crump following the death of the Mississippi team. Is he dead?
They pulled up a body, and I don't know if they conclusively identified that body as his, but I think we can presume. I think people are presuming that he's dead.
So he dead. Who identified? Where you get that from?
Found dead, according to AI.
Who did you say, Derek? He said ABC is reporting that the boy is dead. They found him dead. Was he in the water or outside the water? Okay, Derek talking to me about here. They found him on the course, according to ABC. Right there. ABC? ABC, Derek? ABC. Well, ABC News is reporting that the family of Nolan Well has retained attorney Ben Crump following the death of a Mississippi teen who authorities says was left behind. They sound like those Christians that from that movie Left Behind. Remember that movie?
Yep.
Yeah. Left Behind. He was left behind as his friends returned from a trip without him.
Just from where you sit, what are the biggest unanswered questions so far about this case?
Obviously, the biggest question is what happened to Nolan Wells. I think the reason this case has caught such fire is because they see the pictures, they see the video, and they're saying, hold on, you're trying to tell us just accept this an accident and sweep it under the rug? His mother, Christine, his father, Elmo, say, no, they will not allow that to happen. His friends, his community. I mean, he was a good kid. He was beloved. He was a college athlete. He had everything going for him. And so to go on that island for 4th of July celebration and then not to come back is what is concerning everybody, especially when you hear the contradictions.
Man, I just feel so bad for this one black boy and nothing for the 22,000 that's been killed since 2024. I feel nothing for them. I ain't representing it. I don't feel nothing, but I'm so hurt. I love one more than I love the rest, they say. Or they act like. Crump says Nolan family is concerned about the state of Mississippi during an investigation. Watch this.
And you're conducting your own investigation. How will that differ from what the authorities are doing?
Well, one thing, we're trying to be very transparent because the family has some concerns about the state of Mississippi doing an investigation of the death of a young black man where young white students may be looked at as having some culpability. So the family is concerned about that. So we're going to have an independent autopsy. We have investigators talking to witnesses that have no alignment or no allegiance to the state. And that's important, Lindsay. When you think about Mississippi and the history of Mississippi, you know, this is the state where Emmett Till was lynched.
Oh, Lord. Poor Emmett. 100 years ago. Everything Emmett Till but baby Jessica's daddy. So where about Emmett Till with the 22,000 that's been killed by other black people? Not white people, but black people. That ain't Emmett. Where Emmett when you need Emmett? Mississippi is burning. Amazing. Remember the movie, Mississippi Burning?
I heard of it.
Amazing. You Nick?
Never.
Where you been?
Under a rock.
In Canada.
Anchor baby.
Best, huh? All showcase personalities. They're not real. It's about self. It's all about self. Why you feel so bad and just so into one person being killed? Well, we don't know if he killed. Whatever happened to him. One black guy. Is it because he was with white guys? But you don't think nothing will care anything about the 22 murdered, according to the report, FBI report, CDC report, 22,000 since 2024. Do y'all know what happened to this guy? The devil is busy. Be careful who train you how to fly, who teach you how to fly a plane. They may jump out at any time, according to this story, if it's true. New York Post. An Argentina flight instructor jumped out of a plane to his death in the middle of a flying lesson. So they said this guy was doing a flying lesson. He was teaching somebody else how to fly. And according to the report, he jumped out the plane. According to the report. After telling his student, you know what to do. What the? And leaving her to land the aircraft herself. This is from TMZ.
A 22-year-old student pilot in Argentina was forced to land an aircraft all by herself after her instructor jumped out of the plane mid-flight to his death. Pilot Leandro Bertazzo was flying the plane and instructing 22-year-old Rosario. And then he said, you know what you have to do, carry on, before then removing his headset, his seatbelt, opening the door, and jumping out of the plane. Rosario was able to land the aircraft safely, despite being in absolute shock naturally. And according to CNN affiliate TN, the director of the flying school where Bartazzo worked said there were no signs the pilot was planning on throwing himself out of a plane. He had even reportedly been on a flight with a student earlier that day. It is not yet known why Bartazzo decided to exit the aircraft mid-flight, but prosecutors will now reportedly investigate the exact details of this incident that led to his death.
Wow, I've heard of crazy flight teachers. Let's take the cake. Can you hear that man now? Hey, I gotta go. I got love to give. Gotta go. You heard that song? I gotta go now. I got love to give.
I don't recognize it.
Amazing. Well, may his soul rest in peace. And talk about loving your material things. You know, the Bible said, and the Bible said in Matthew 16, 19, 21, do not lay up your treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroys. Don't lay up your treasure on earth, where moth and rust destroys, and where thieves break in and steal. What the? But lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, not on earth. Neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Well, somebody should have told this guy that. He must didn't hear that. Because look like, I could be wrong, but look like his treasures are on earth. A video of a man using his body to protect his vehicles from a collision with a truck. Watch this from X. Look like he's looking at his car too to see was it smashed up. Why?
No, I think he was doubled down in pain.
That's why I said look like he definitely looked like he's in pain, but look like he's looking at the car to side see was it scuffed up a little bit.
That was hard to watch.
I saw you hide your face. What a beta.
Alpha.
Why you couldn't watch it?
It's the sympathetic response. White people are too sympathetic.
That's why you lose
We
your
have too
country.
much imagination for like other people's possible pain. Anticipation. I don't blame the whites. Hake. Blame mama.
That's right. It is mama. Derek said at least he saved a few $100s on car repair.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
how
know.
much?
It looked like the car's damaged anyways.
Didn't it look like he was looking down to look at the damage while he was also trying to walk?
Didn't he move his own car? Didn't the truck move him and the car?
Yeah.
It looked like it moved the car
Let's
too.
see it again.
No!
James, look away.
I have to put my head between my knees.
What a beta.
Alpha.
I thought it
Why-
was gonna. I
why
thought it was like
this?
organs were gonna squish out or something. I almost
Yeah,
looked away.
I was expecting like a gash or something.
I was almost
Yeah,
look at
the truck
car's
moving
damaged.
both of them.
Yeah, crazy.
that car's damaged.
Is he looking at the scars now or just
No,
hurt?
just he's
No, he's
doubled over in
in
pain.
Oh,
Maybe, but he's in pain.
but look.
He might have the hospital bill to deal with.
What the heck is wrong with that truck driver?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the truck driver didn't even know. It seemed
Right.
like he didn't even know. Oh, he kept going.
But he should be
Yeah.
a better truck driver.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. They don't hire good truck drivers these days.
And maybe an illegal alien too. I don't know.
Where was
But
this?
a lot of illegal
That
aliens.
didn't seem like America.
That was at the gas station.
Shell?
Look like a.
I don't know. What was it, Derek? What country? Derek gonna find out. What a mess! Somebody should have told this guy, don't lay up your treasure on earth, buddy.
Right. Content warning from X. Graphic content. Thank you, X. For once, X is looking out for Hake. They blurred it out for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Derek is black. Let me go to Teresa out of Detroit, Michigan. Teresa, you are on the air.
Hello.
Hey, Teresa, not so loud. Happy White History.
sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Happy White History Month.
Yeah, whatever.
What?
Yeah, I said whatever.
Did you know that July is White History Month?
Whatever. It doesn't even matter what all this history crap. You know, you don't learn history so it won't repeat itself.
Did you know
But,
that it's White History Month?
I don't know. Nope.
Well, happy
Nope.
White History
I
Month.
didn't even know that. I heard this. I just recently heard about White History Month, which is a load of crap.
No,
know,
July is why we've been celebrating for 9 years now. And why do you call it a load of crap?
Because we already know their history. They take mayhem everywhere they go, you know, and they're deceitful. And the Indians was right. They're white men that speak with forked tongue. They, you know, and no, I can't see it.
Really? Do you love white people?
I love people that's in Christ. All white people not bad. Don't get me wrong. I was racist at one time. I ain't gonna lie, because after watching Roots 1,000,001 times, it made you feel some kind of way. You know. However,
are you black?
I said, yes. I mix with Indian and black.
So you're half breed.
Yeah, I'm half breed. Hey,
half breed. That's all I ever heard. So, do you love white people?
I love all people.
How about white people?
I love all people. I hate the things in which they does.
How about white people?
I love all people.
How about white people?
Did you not hear me? I love all people.
What did I ask?
I love all people, and I said what I said.
But what's my question?
I love all, but it was my answer.
But what was my question, Teresa?
And what was my answer? I love all people.
Are you a first-time caller?
Including Caucasians. How about that?
Teresa, are you a first-time caller?
No, this is my third time calling.
Okay, do you love white people?
I love all people.
How about white
and
people?
I'm stand on it. They're included with all people, right?
I didn't ask about all people. I asked about white people.
Yes, I love white people.
Right on.
I hate the things in which they do, but I hate the things in which people do, including white. But I love the people because God loved them first. Okay.
Right on.
However, I called to debunk some things you said during the service when you said that we were stupid to believe that we could be born again. That's stupid to think that when clearly it says in the Bible in John 13:34-35 that I truly I say unto you, unless you be born again, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. So you have to be born again.
And who is being born? Who is being born again?
Excuse me, Nicodemus.
A nigga dummy?
Nicodemus.
Nicodemus?
Nicodemus in the Bible.
Oh, and who is being born again? Who is he talking about?
Who am I talking about?
Yeah, when you say you must be born again, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to people. People. Believers.
Do you believe that you must be
in the kingdom of heaven?
Do you believe you must be born again?
I do. And everybody must be born again.
And
what that does mean, and what that means, is not entering to the mother's womb again. Of course, that's ridiculous. It means shedding your old ways. It means shedding your own ways. This means forget what you think you know and learn from Jesus. And learn his ways.
So was Nicodemus born again?
Nicodemus. It ain't no Nicodemus. See, now you're being funny.
No.
Now you're being funny. You know what?
Teresa, let me ask you this, because I'm being serious now. When you say you must be born again, who are you referring to? I'm being serious now. Who are you referring? Who are you?
Who am I referring to?
No, who are you?
I'm a child. of God.
But that's who
Everybody are not children of God, like you said, because some people are children of Satan. Okay, some people choose not to follow Jesus. Some people we have free will. Some people choose to reject God. Okay, some people choose to take His word as truth,
So tell
knowledge,
me,
and wisdom.
so Teresa, you said that you're a child of God. So you told me who you.
Yes, I am.
You told me who you belong to, but who are you?
What do you mean by that question?
Like who?
You just leaving it up in the air.
No, it's a question. Who are you?
What do you mean?
Who must be born again?
People that are trying to get to heaven.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that question?
I mean,
see, now you being a little simple.
No.
Trying to avoid what I'm saying. This is why I don't like you.
Why?
I don't like you because you know why I don't like you?
Do you
because
love
you're
me?
misleading. You are. I love you, but I don't like you because you're misleading people.
But let me ask.
You
I'm
misleading
trying to get understanding,
people.
Teresa.
You are a wolf in sheep clothing.
Teresa,
And woe to you.
Teresa, I'm
Yes.
trying to get understanding. Who are you referring to that must be born again?
People that's trying to get to heaven.
But where is heaven?
Where is heaven?
Yeah.
Where Jesus is.
Where is heaven, Teresa?
Where Jesus is.
Heaven. I mean heaven. Teresa, where is heaven?
Where Jesus is.
And where is Jesus?
In heaven.
And where is heaven?
Where Jesus is.
You're
Listen,
not.
and then when you said that Jesus was not God manifested in the flesh, that's a bunch of bull crap. Because guess what? Jesus was Jesus is I am. I am is what sent Moses to Egypt to speak to the Pharaoh. Okay? So Jesus always was. Jesus was in the beginning.
Are you a Christian?
And then, yes.
Did Jesus say he was God?
Manifested in the flesh.
Did Jesus
you know why?
say, Teresa?
You know why?
Teresa, did Jesus
Yeah,
say?
let me finish the statement.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I finish the statement?
Yeah, yes.
See, God knew no sin. He knew no sin. So he didn't understand what was, he knew no sin. So he manifested into the flesh. So he can sympathize and empathize with us. And that is, and I believe that's how that is.
Okay, I'll allow you to make that statement. I want to know, did Christ ever say he was God?
He said, who do you think I am?
Teresa, did Christ ever say...
He left it open. He left it open for us to believe what we wanted to believe.
But you're not answering my question. Did he ever say he was God?
If you see me, you seen my Father.
Teresa.
Yep, he did.
He said when you see the Son, you see the Father. Did he ever say he was the Father?
No, but he was.
Teresa, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Wait, stay with me. Did Christ ever say he was the Father?
No, he didn't. But you're not going to debunk what the Bible says. You're not going to debunk me.
I know, but I'm not trying to debunk you. But stay with me. He never said he was the Father, right?
No, he never said that.
Did he say he was the Son?
Yes, he did.
So
The
why
Son of
do
Man.
you call
He said
him?
the Son of Man.
Why do you call him something that he never called himself?
He said, who do you think I am?
Teresa.
When they said you are, when they told him, when they said to Jesus, when one of the disciples said to Jesus, he said, you are the Messiah.
No, he
didn't. You are the great Messiah.
He didn't say
Listen,
that. He said you're the Son of God. And he said, you're right, piece of right on. No one told you that. You see it for yourself. He didn't say you were God. He said you're the Son of God. And he said, right on. If he were God, why would he have said right on when the man said you're a son of God?
Yeah. But you know what?
No, answer that. No. Answer that, Teresa.
What's the question?
When he asked Peter, or the disciple, who do you say I am? And they all said different things. And Peter said, you are the Son of God. And he said, right on.
Mm-hmm.
So if he had been God, why did he say you're right? Instead of saying, no, that's the wrong answer, I'm God. Why did he say, yes, I am the Son of God?
Because he was right.
But you said he never said he was God.
He never said he was God. No,
But
he
he said he was the Son, right?
Yes.
So why do you call him God?
Because there's three deities, there's three makeups of God. There's three makeups. There's God, there's Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. They all come from one.
They all came from God, right? But why do you say
all
he was?
one.
Why do you
when
say?
you see Jesus, you see God.
Right, but right. You see the Father in the Son, right?
The Son and the Holy Spirit.
Do you see the Father inside the Son, right?
Yes.
But he's not the Father. He's still the Son, right?
So be it.
All right.
He's God manifested in the flesh.
No, he's not.
Because when you see,
Teresa,
he's God manifested
no.
in the flesh. Because
Teresa, no. Teresa, happy White History Month. I got to run. Call me again, all right?
I don't think so. Sam is leading my nephew. That's all I got to say.
All right. Bye.
Yep.
888-7753. Who is your nephew? I should have asked. Ask. Amazing. I don't know who her nephew is. I don't know who she is. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.